house. Big Zeus. Live the people's house. Big Zeus. Pull up to the gate, 1600 on the map. Supposed to be the people's house, I made it like a trap. Marble floors and chandeliers, I'm balling through the wall. Power through the people, yeah, I gotta make that call. Trapping for the team, red and white and blue, that's me. Voices on the block, I'm breaking through, I got the keys. I'm in the lobby, yeah, I'm moving like an OG. Posted in the Oval Office in the executive suite. Signing for the fam, yeah, you know my game strong. Freedom is the banner, and I got my chains on. Secret Service watching snipers sitting on the roof. Truth is hitting hard, I bury you inside the booth. Founding father's vision, yeah, I'm flexing with this cash. Big pharma, big tech, turn these dreams to bag. I'm the voice of the hood, trying to come and storm the gates. Balance in my hand, but the system's overweight. They painted white, yeah, but the stains running deep. Promise they selling it, but you know it ain't coming cheap. Legends walk these rooms, Lincoln, MLK, now it's photo ops, power plays all day. I'm trapping for the vote. Yeah, Big Zeus, it's the people's house. Big Zeus, powers in the air. Big Zeus, we knocking on the door. Big Zeus, we wanna hear your soul. Yeah, yeah. Who you think they asking for? They asking for that smoke. People, them players, yeah, y'all think this is a joke. Take it back and write the code. 1600, got your soul. Put my portrait on the wall. They staring at me like I'm cold. Greatest story ever told. I will never ever fold. I'm trapping out the West Wing, doing deals all in the dark. Make your dreams come true. All I need is a spark. Red phone ringing, but you don't know who is on my line. Got the Constitution jumping, yeah, you know I'm so divine. No stains on my kicks and the rally outside and the gates.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen.
Power 11-5, sitting for the block. Head buses make them wanna fight. 1600, do it all day. All night, the people's house is a trap. Got the power, get it back. Money talk loud, time to clap.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a rap,
I'ma bring it back.
In the people's house.
I hope you all had an excellent, outstanding weekend, because we got more work to do. All right, no complaining, just got to get in here and start doing it. We want to hear your soul, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, 1600 Pennsylvania Ave on the way. All right, I keep saying that, but I got to make sure we all are ready for it. All right, let's get this show started. You know exactly what we came here to do. Yes, good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
It's like a curse, and I can't escape it. It's like deja
Let's
vu.
go!
It's deja vu when I'm running up these racks.
I love you too.
Screaming, I'll be back. It's deja vu when I'm out here flying first class. It's like every week I gotta take out the trash.
I'm on top of the game, the head of the class. You can tell that I made it. Look at my grass.
Cars in the garage, your tanks full of gas.
Thank you. Thunderdome time, yes. Sitting in my living room screaming how we made it. You made it, I made it, we all made it. Good morning, Brother Val. Turn me to a maniac, yeah. I guess we going viral cause my Zodiac.
Got all these numbers on my spreadsheet.
Benjamin Franklin is my bestie. And if they is my ex, that mean they left me. Why? They don't get replies if they text me. You gotta drop boundaries. Call me the master with a new whip. WVIP, let's go. Here it goes, let's do it.
I'll tell you what, I've gone into Zeus's live in a couple of days.
Yes.
It was radical.
Very radical.
It was horrible. I'm like, Zeus has gone way off.
Oh,
It's like deja vu.
it hurts every time.
It's like deja vu.
Honestly, ladies and gentlemen, it does.
It's like deja vu.
It's like I hear it the first time every time.
It's like deja vu.
All right, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get started. Good morning, happy Monday to each and every single one of you. All right, what an incredible day. Today is July 21st. All right, shout out to Dad. Today's Dad's birthday, so we're going to say happy birthday to our dad, all right? Because this is what it's about, all right? Hope you have a great day. I'll check in with you after the show. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we are gathered here today to celebrate. Well, we could celebrate a birthday, but we're also going to do the work we need to save this great country of ours. So it's going to be like 2 for 1. We have a great country to save, and you know what that requires? That means we got to keep our hands on the plow and continue to do all of this heavy work in order to just basically get rid of what's holding us back in terms of our success and the promises that this nation has to offer all of the people. All right, and you know what that is. We got to get rid of MAGA, W Zeus. We got to get rid of MAGA. Right, Tiffany, for the people? Right, Zena? Yes, we got to get rid of MAGA, all right? And so what I'll say is this, before I get started with any of that, let me go ahead and take care of some housekeeping items. For those of you who don't know who I am, I go by the name Zeus, or some like to say Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H, ladies and gentlemen? Well, it's quite simple. The first H is because I'm an honest person on social media. Hands down, there's nobody more honest than me. Listen, all right? And you might as well pretend like my hands are resting on a stack of Bibles. WVIP, thank you so much. The second H is, well, it's because I'm humble. Listen, if I get it wrong, I will be the first to apologize, because unlike a lot of these folks on the right, I understand humans aren't perfect. Nobody on the planet is perfect, right? And so when you're wrong, you're wrong. And I don't think apologizing is a sign of weakness. I actually believe it's a sign of strength, all right? And that's how I became to be who I am right now today. It's because a lot of humility has gone into this, all right? And then the last and the final H, ladies and gentlemen, which honestly, it's one of the most important H's of them all, right, Zena? Right, Cindy? Right, Rick? It is because I am and will always be the most handsome. And you know we got a lot of imposters out here. Speaking of imposters, please, I gotta say this. There's several fake accounts out there, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot of folks out here trying to ride my wave in one way or another. I only have 3 accounts, all right? This is the backup. This is the second backup. And then I have the third backup, which is Dark Zeus. And then I have my main account. If anybody is reaching out, and I got to say this, if anybody is reaching out to any of you on behalf of me, or if you just get any kind of suspicion, like this isn't Zeus, just error on the side of caution. It's not me. All right. I do my show, and then every now and then I peruse through the TikTok streets and pop up here and there. But for the most part, I'm not going to be asking people to do anything. So if somebody's reaching out to you, just read the name. Make sure it says what I have on my page right now. Well, my main page, right? But just because they have a logo in the account does not mean it's me. So a lot of people, you know, you know who brought this to my attention? You know that knucklehead, that knuckle dragger, conservative Democrat, Zeus. You said this. You made me do. Dude, what are you talking about, bro? And that's not my account. So W Zeus, don't. Be careful, ladies and gentlemen. Watch out for the fake TikTok accounts out there. All right. Now, the other thing is this. Well, you know what? I'll do it later. I'll move on to this. Now, the next part of this show is me making sure I give everybody a heads up about how I run my broadcast, so that you don't find yourself getting, I call it triggered, acting like a snowflake and wanting to do things to ruin the experience for all of us who actually enjoy this broadcast. So what I'll do is this. Do we have anybody out there still supporting Donald Trump right now? Because most likely these are going to be the people that are getting worked up by the way that I run my show. Is anyone out there still supporting Donald Trump, knowing what's going on in the world right now with Donald Trump? Anybody out there still supporting him? I just want to make sure I cover all bases. Okay, because I'm going to say it. I got to say it. If you are a Trump supporter, all right, you might want to leave this live right now. You might want to leave my platform. You don't got to tell me why you're leaving. You don't got to give us all goodbye. I don't like this. Just swipe on out and leave right now, because what I'm about to do after this PSA announcement, it will make you, honestly, it will make you very, very uncomfortable. All right. Because I'm going to be delivering so much truth about your dear leader that your head is going to spin like it's never spun before. And it's going to pop right on off. And that's going to be because what I'm doing is it's like a dopamine injection, right? I am going directly after the MAGA demon that has taken over your souls. I understand very clearly you Trump supporters are not in control of your faculties at all. It's the MAGA demon. You at some point in your life, I don't know where it happened at or why it happened. You lost all sense of just what it takes to be an independent and free thinker, and you filled that void with the MAGA demon. And so it's going to be an outer body experience, I promise you. once I get done doing what I do. And then I got some excellent people. Sometimes they come up here and they add to what I'm doing. And when it's all said and done, we totally obliterate Obama. I wasn't going to say Obama. We totally obliterate the cult. All right. So W Zeus. So I'll say this and then we'll move right on. If you are a Trump supporter, you might want to leave right now because, like I said, it's going to get very, very uncomfortable for you in here. I promise you it will. But get this, you don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, the doors to the Thunderdome have officially closed. W Zeus. All right, so let's go ahead and start today's show off with Trump's approval ratings. His poll numbers are dipping, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to go ahead and get this on the record. I just want to make sure I get through as much of my content as I can. All right, because last Friday I went a little too hard. All right, and I didn't get to do everything I wanted to do. We're going to make sure Trump's poll numbers get the proper justice.
Trump is marking 6 months back in office. Today on social media, he called the U.S., quote, the hottest and most respected country anywhere in the world. New CBS News polling finds 42% of Americans approve of the job he's doing as president. That's down 3 points from a month ago, and even more from February when a majority approved of his job performance.
Okay, so in February, he was at 53%. And now he's at 42%. So that's down how many? How much did he go down, MAGA? I want MAGA to do the math. Because normally I would just hit play, but I'm really concerned that MAGA isn't understanding what's happening. Okay. Bama Butterbean. I'll address the Obama thing in short order, but if you don't mind, could you please stop disturbing the experience for everybody else who's trying to learn Bama? Because Bama, with a name like that, I think it's crystal clear you don't know what the heck you're talking about. W Zeus, ladies and gentlemen. So, Bama, why are his poll numbers going down? First 6 months, they're going down the drain. All right. And this is a sign of more things to come because I've been warning you, Trump supporters. Your dear leader has summoned an evil force. And you all think things are going to get better, but they're not. I promise you, if you just hang in there and listen to what I'm telling you, you're going to go, oh, I might want to change course.
CBS's Willie James Inman is at the White House with more on this. Good evening, Willie. The president has some tangible wins, so why are his approval ratings slipping?
Hey there, Arrow. Good evening to you. Well, Republicans overwhelmingly still support the president, but that poll also shows he's battling headwinds from his base over the administration's handling of the Epstein case.
He can't shake this. He can't, no matter what he does, MAGA, he can't shake this. Voices are coming from dark places of Donald Trump's past, MAGA. All right?
Sure. Could I just interrupt for 1 second? Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Do you want to waste the time and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas. It just seems like a desecration, but you go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll go on ahead, Trump. I'll keep bringing up Epstein because one thing I see happening right now is you see Donald Trump's hand and his ankles. You know what I call that? I call that the Epstein curse. All right, W Zeus. Donald Trump has the Epstein curse, and MAGA, if you're not careful, it'll spread onto you. All right, and there's nothing you could go to the doctor and get help with. All right, doc, my ankles are swollen and my hands are turning dark black. What's going on? Please give me something. And they're gonna go, oh no. Only thing, we can't treat the Epstein curse. All right, you got to go straight to hell, W Zeus. And I keep trying to explain to you so-called Christians out there, that God's judgment is truly on you. I've never, in all of my life, I've never heard about or seen anything, because, you read about stuff like this in the Old Testament, how God dealt with people who had wicked hearts, and you would say, oh, that could never happen. People are way too smart. Now I'm sitting here watching this unfold in real time, record time with MAGA, and I'm going, wow, all of this could have been avoided if Vice President Kamala Harris would have been president. And, we would have only known about Donald Trump's 4 indictments, right? That is, stealing the classified documents, January 6th, and then, what he did up there in New York with the hush money case. But where we're at right now, oh my gosh, it's almost like bittersweet. All right, W. Zeus. And again, it's only going to get worse for MAGA at this point, because they made this mess themselves, and they can only get out if they choose to think.
The president spent today mostly out of sight and at his Sterling, Virginia golf course, but in a post on his Truth Social platform, he says, "We got a lot of good and great things done."
No, you didn't.
As the White House points to domestic and foreign policy wins at the 6-month mark of Trump's second term, new polling gives mixed reviews over his administration's handling of the Jeffrey Epstein case. Just half of Republicans are satisfied with how the Epstein case files have been handled. Among self-described MAGA Republicans, the support is stronger, with 60% approving, but 40% disapprove.
There you go.
Americans of both parties overwhelmingly believe all Justice Department held material on the Epstein case should be released.
All right, so 90% of Americans believe that Donald Trump should go ahead and spill the beans, right? But the question is, ladies and gentlemen, why is it Donald Trump spilling the beans and letting the American people, especially his supporters, know what's going on with those files? Any Trump supporters out there want to explain why? Because again, and you know what I've learned over this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. It's what I've learned this weekend. There's a cover up going on within the DOJ. And the FBI. I would encourage you all to go check out this amazing piece on Substack by Allison Gill, and it's called the Epstein cover up at the FBI. And she definitely references, Senator Dick Durbin's letter that he pinned on, Attorney General Pam Bondi, or some call her Scam Blondie, right? He pinned it on there, calling out their efforts to try to take Trump's name. I call it what it is. To try to take Trump's name out of the Epstein files. But she's also done some investigative journalism, and I'm just going to read certain parts of what I read. I would encourage you to go read it yourself, all right? Because there's more to this story. Let me see if I can actually give you the actual background or the article to go reference, all right? Just give me one quick second. Let's see, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, there it is. Is this it? Oh, yeah, this might be it. Hold on. Sometimes TikTok makes you do things that you don't quite understand. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. See your name right there? Allison Gill, the Epstein cover. We're going to talk a little bit about this. It says, and I'm jumping around, all right, so bear with me. First, approximately 1,000 personnel in the Information Management Division, IMD, and the FBI New York field office were assigned to this task, confirming the whistleblower account made to Senator Durbin's office. I can also confirm that a log exists tracking the mentions of Donald Trump in the files. Wow. And that there were approximately 100,000 files containing roughly 300,000 pages. Individual analysts were told to flag mentions of Donald Trump by document and page number, and then logging them into an Excel spreadsheet. Then they had to hand their spreadsheets in at the end of sometimes 24 to 48 hour shifts. But it is important to note that the agents were not told to flag Trump until later in the progress, and that began back in, they said, March. The process of reviewing the Epstein and Maxwell's files was chaotic, and the orders were constantly changing, sometimes daily. One person that I spoke with on the condition of anonymity said that many agents spent more time waiting for new instructions than they did processing files. But here's what caught their attention. The files were stored on a shared drive that anyone in the division could access. Normally, access is only granted to those working on a project, but because of the hurried nature of the exercise, the usual permission restrictions were not in place. Additionally, the internal SharePoint site that the Bureau ended up using to distribute the files towards the end did not have the usual restricted permissions. This left the files wide open for viewing by a much larger group of people than previously thought. All right, so as we go through this, we're knowing that there is clearly some very, very damaging information out there on the sitting president of the United States. Let's continue. Regarding the ever-changing nature of the instructions, which one source described as, quote, full panic mode. There were at least 4 different review instructions, keeping in mind that the Record Information Dissemination Sections, they call it RIDs, are trained in the FOIA redactions, but many are in the IMD are not. There were multiple video training sessions that went out on unclassified network on what to mark for redaction, what not to mark, and how to record things that need to be flagged. This means that video exists of trainers explaining the process of flagging instances of Donald Trump appearing in the files. Wow, man, look at this. At first, the analysts were told to mark nothing. This was roundly rejected by the analysts, who were then told not to think about it as releasing information, including victim names, to the public, but to think about it as releasing it to the Attorney General. It was assumed that Pam Bondi and Kash Patel wanted all the information, including the victims' names and information. Analysts were told that what would be released would be solely up to Pam Bondi. Many feared that the victims' information would be released for or used for nefarious purposes. Eventually, lawyers from the Department of Justice were assigned to the project to oversee what was being flagged for redaction. That changed quickly, and analysts were told not to mark the victims' names for redaction. Then soon after, they were told to mark all of their personal identifiable information, such as social security numbers and addresses. They were told to mark all descriptions of illicit acts for redaction. Then finally, after they were instructed to keep a spreadsheet of instances where Trump was mentioned, after the spreadsheet of mentions of Trump's were handed in, they were stitched together in one master list. And we were not able to confirm how many times Donald Trump's name was on the master list. As far as contents, there was one confirmed mention of Donald Trump in the files reviewed by an analyst who spoke on the condition of anonymity. Beyond that, there were other instances of Trump appearing in the files, but the number of times and to what extent is unknown. I'm almost done, ladies and gentlemen, because I want to make sure I get this on the record, and then we'll do a huge round of Lake of Fire. But something else that stands out is the potential stress and possible trauma created by the review of files. Now, this is a trigger warning. I got to give you a trigger warning. That's why I say if you keep up with what's going on with this is going to lead you to a dark place. But you got to be resilient, and you got to stay prayed up as you go through this, like I did. All right. So the trauma created by the review of the files, they include photos of yacht parties and photo shoots, and some analysts weren't prepared for it. Those photos accompanied by victim testimony, and in one instant, Epstein had instructed a group of young girls, many safely assumed to be underage, to remove their clothes and to pose on the beach, just totally in a compromised way. I can't even read it. After this review was complete, the DOJ and the FBI, they decided, get this, after this review was complete, the DOJ and the FBI decided we can't release these files. Now, you can go read the rest of this, ladies and gentlemen. You could go read the rest of this. They decided after reading all of this and just flagging, Donald Trump's. Let me get back to my main photo or my main background, because, I like to stay. I like to keep it, All right. Yeah. All right. So after they confirmed that his name is all throughout these files, they then come back and say, we're not going to release it. All right. And we'll continue. I'll say this, and there's one log of instances Donald Trump is mentioned in the files. There are videos and PDF trainings and instruction of analysts flagging Trump. There are multiple instances of Trump appearing in the files. Patel and Bondi wanted victims' information and personal identifiable information. And sloppiness means that more people than previously had known had access to these files. And while there is no indication of a ready-made A to Z client list beyond the little black book that everybody knew was already made public, to say that there's nothing or to say that it is a hoax is complete BS. You hear this, MAGA? Your dear leaders all over that thing. So what I'll do is just, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and warm up the lake of fire, all right? And this is for all of the Trump supporters out there who are still supporting Donald Trump, despite all of this real credible evidence that proves he's all over those e-files. Do us all a huge favor, honestly. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Go straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Make sure you go check that out, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the other thing that I wanted to bring up, ladies and gentlemen, is this is why people say, well, Zeus, why do you do the lake of fire? Why do you keep injecting, their belief in Jesus into what's going on? Why do you talk about the curses and things like that? And I have to say this, MAGA, because God's judgment is truly upon you. All right, we heard about the floods. We heard about those, right? You saw what God's doing to you, especially out there in the red states. I don't want to say that to the folks that I think, because I know there's good people in the red states. And I hope those good people in the red states, you keep doing the wonderful work you're doing, trying to wake these people up who are clearly possessed. But I know there's some folks out there that they're going to continue to double down and say, you know what, I'll worship Donald Trump all the way to hell. And so I got another warning for MAGA. And I honestly, and I shouldn't do this. I really shouldn't do this. But I got another warning for MAGA, all right? And this comes from the National Weather Service. And I know y'all don't believe in climate change or anything like that, but I know there's some who do believe in climate change, all right? So I'll get this on the record. What we have going on right now, ladies and gentlemen, in parts of this country, they're saying it's a heat dome, and it will bake the South. This is what they're saying. This heat dome is coming, and it will bake the South. And I said, wow, these red states, they're saying temperatures could get to 115 degrees. So to all of the people who actually understand climate change is real, what I'll say is please do everything you can to responsibly, protect yourself during this fine places that you can get air conditioning, stay hydrated. You know what I mean? Because this is serious stuff, especially if you're a senior and you got, medical issues and things like that. All right. But if you are a Trump supporter, or as I like to say, a MAGA demon, I'm going to go ahead and let you hear this and then I'll weigh in on it. Just one quick second.
Because we're going to be dealing with this right through the end of the month and likely beyond. You can see who's got the heat advisories, the extreme heat warnings, the extreme heat watches. And what's interesting is where we have these heat warnings, we have flooding going on this morning in and around St. Louis. So it's absolutely nuts. I mean, once we get rid of that, it's just going to get just absolutely stifling out there and very steamy. So here's the big ridge sitting right over the heart of the Mississippi Valley. This is the heat risk map from the National Weather Service. And you can see some of these purple areas where we are once again dealing with very, very high levels. It's the red and the purple are the highest levels out there. That's the extreme and the major.
Red,
talking
purple.
about heat indices like Little Rock, 106 degrees, just absolutely crazy. Same thing in Tampa, New Orleans as well. Tomorrow, guess what? More of the same.
Wow.
The apex of the heat right there in the nation's midsection, the Northeast, dealing with, again, a little bit of a calmer day coming up and through here, but the heat's coming.
The heat's coming, all right? The heat's coming, all right? And so what I'll do is let's get back to what's going on. I just gave you all a weather update, MAGA, and I did that out of the kindness of my heart because I understand some of y'all don't believe in climate change, but I also know I have some really good people all over the country in these areas, and they understand this is serious. And so what I'll do is this. This isn't directed toward the good people. This is directed towards the evil people, the MAGA demons. Another sign that God's judgment is truly upon you. You're getting 115 degrees. I would love, how many of you all would love to see ice out here in 115 degrees? How many of y'all would love to see ice running around trying to chase folks that they think it shouldn't be in the country in 115 degrees heat? How many of y'all would like to see that? Because that would be the one instance where ice needs ice, but they won't be able to get ice. Yeah. ICE belongs in hell too. I'm with you, and I'd hate to say that, Tiffany, because I know there's some good people working in these agencies, but if they do the work of Donald Trump, they're not good people anymore because they're doing the work of the devil. Look at all these people. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and encourage ICE. Hey, ICE. All of you should gather in this part of the country where it's going to be 115 degrees. I hear there's going to be a lot of people in there that need to be, caught up and raptured, so to speak. So if you could get out there and you don't need any water, you don't need any Gatorade, you don't even need sunblock. Go on Donald Trump's word. All right. And then what we'll do is this. I'll go ahead and say, oh, they're there. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and warm up the lake of fire. Yeah. What we have going on in this country is God's judgment is truly upon this nation. 115 degree weather and people working for an agency called ICE who are hell-bent, hell-bound. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending Donald Trump and his administration, especially ICE, straight to hell by making them all go to the south where it's 115 degrees. Let's send them straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA Damon.
W Zeus. So this is America right now. We have a sitting president of the United States, right? And what has he done? He's gotten this Epstein curse on himself and his supporters. You see his hand, you see those swollen ankles, you see floods happening in places that normally it wouldn't be happening in, and you see these heat domes now. MAGA, I want you to understand this. In all seriousness, your time on this earth is, I'm being honest with you, very, very, very limited, because the good book says you reap what you sow. And a lot of you have dug in yourselves. You thought you were digging a ditch for the Democrats, but it's you who's really in that ditch, MAGA. It really is. It really is you. Every single thing, and I got to say this, W to Rick in the chat, you sent me a video. Everything your dear leader is called a hoax, it really isn't a hoax. And y'all still continue to repeat these words like a bunch of brainless parrots. He said Russia was a hoax. Well, last I checked, there were 8 people that were indicted and convicted. Remember Paul Manafort, Rick Gates, Roger Stone? I mean, people really went to prison behind what happened with the whole Russia gate, and y'all still want to get out here and try to act like that was a hoax? Are you kidding me? He told you January 6th was a hoax. And at the end of the day, you have to at least conclude everything that he's considered a hoax comes with court documents. It comes with judges and it comes with evidence, and folks ended up going to prison. So do you really want to sit here and say there's an Epstein hoax, MAGA? Think about what you're saying to yourselves. I mean, now they got this thing, and I saw Bama put it in the chat, and I'll just address it. I'll address it. How many Trump supporters out there believe President Obama broke the law? Any Trump supporters out there believe President Obama broke the law? Because Donald Trump was on a tirade this weekend. Are there any Trump supporters out there that believe he did? Okay, Mr. Big Chiefly. Okay. Mr. Big Chiefly, if you don't mind, are you able to come up here, honestly? Are you able to come up here, Mr. Big Chief? What is your saying? Mr. Big Chiefy? Mr. Big Chiefy, if you don't mind. Or any of you. Good morning.
What up?
Both of us are up. All right, but it's nice. I'm glad you were able to come up here, because a lot of people that support Donald Trump don't have the courage to come up here. But I'm glad you did that. All right, what part of the country are you from?
Oakland, California.
Oh, really? You out here in the town with Big Zeus?
Mm-hmm.
I love it. All right, you staying up out here, right?
Of course.
All right. So you voted for Donald Trump this past election, though, bro?
Yes, indeed. Had to.
Man, I can't believe you did that. Why?
Have you seen Democratic policies? Have you seen Oakland? Have you seen San Francisco?
Yeah.
Have you seen Philly? Have you seen Chicago?
Yeah.
Why in the hell would I vote for them people?
Yeah. Well, have you seen what's going on in the South?
The South is the
Yeah,
South.
yeah. You know they used to do things to black folks out in the South.
They did things.
Wait. Are we on the same page though about what they used to do in the South to black folks?
Yeah, they did the same thing in California.
Okay. No.
They did. It's
No. I'm gonna stop you right there. Where did the boats land at, champ? Relax.
I don't know where the boats at. Where the boat?
I'm talking about the slave ships. They didn't land in California.
Where the slave ships at?
Where'd they land at?
Where the slave ships at?
Well, there's a new slave if you know what I'm talking about, but we'll get into that.
Where the slave ships at?
Okay.
Where they at? Where the pictures?
Well, we're talking about slavery in the country, and I just wanted to call out that they didn't take the slave boats and move them to California, and that's where it all went down. It went down primarily on the East Coast and on the South, brother.
They was
all right, and then I want to make sure you and I at least get this on the record. You sided with the party that the Triple K, I believe, currently votes alongside, correct? Because the Triple K, they're not in the Democrat Party, right?
No,
what party do they in? What party are they in?
Who started it?
But what party are they in?
Your boy Biden, that was his mentor.
Are you answering? Are you answering my questions? Hold on.
Byrd was his mentor. Was a Democratic mentor.
I've heard.
Joe Biden.
I've heard all of that, but
it's true though.
Okay, but can I ask you an honest question? Are you the same person you was when you was 5 years old?
Oh, here we go. He was a 40-year-old man back then.
I'm just asking, can people change?
40.
I'm just asking, can people change? Or are they always bad?
Oh, so they can be hard-nosed racist for 50 years, but then change after 2 years, and that's okay.
I've seen a lot of things. But you know what Biden did? He got us that Juneteenth holiday, right?
Nobody care about y'all always care about them nonsense holidays.
What Obama did was get us Obamacare. No. What the Democrats did was get you a 40-hour work week. What the Democrats did is get you some Social Security about yourself. So why can't we just be honest about stuff?
Well, we honest. The Democratic Party is in shambles right now.
Okay, cool. I'll take that. I'll take Democrats. Polling is terrible. I'll take that. Thank you. But can I get to whatever I wanted to bring you up and talk about? Do you think Obama will be arrested this week?
He probably won't because he went hard for the LGBT community this week. Talking about men. Talking about straight men need gay men around.
Hold on. And you walked right into what I was going to bring up. That interview he did with Michelle and her brother Craig, and how he said you need to have a mentor, and he said probably you could benefit from having a mentor that's gay. That's the part you wanted to lay into. Did you know there was 12,874 words uttered in that entire interview? Did you know that? And he only hold on. Please don't curse. I just want to make sure we're having an up and up conversation because my mom and I got family listening to this show. So out of the 12,000 plus words that were said, the word gay was only mentioned 3 times. That's 0%. Did you know that? So how is it that you think the Democrats are weak when you getting triggered by him saying a word like that? And it barely hit the register. You see what I'm saying?
He been saying dumb stuff like this since Kamala lost. Oh, black men, they're not voting for because she's a black woman.
Well, why? Let me ask you this.
You don't know what he's talking about.
Let me ask you this. How old are you?
35.
Okay, I'm 41. Why do you think black men didn't support Kamala? Some black men didn't support Kamala.
Because they don't support the Democratic policies right now. They're too far left. They're too far gone.
Are you sure?
I'm very sure.
Okay, what policies?
LGBT.
You don't support equality? You don't support. You don't support people coming into the country?
No, I don't support illegally coming. I don't support poor illegal people coming into the country with criminal history.
You support rich people coming into the country with criminal history,
what
about the South Africaneers? Remember them? They came in, they poor.
Yeah, but
you wasn't huffing and puffing about that.
You wasn't saying that when Ukraine came in here. Y'all was all pro Ukraine. All them white folks came here. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. But that was due to what?
It's all due to something.
So your position is I'm gonna go side with folks that are racist because I don't like poor immigrants coming into the country.
You the one choosing.
I'm just trying to listen. I'm just trying to have somewhat of an intelligent conversation, and before I actually say what I want to say about it, I'm trying to make sure I understand your position. Because last I checked, these people are actually contributing to our country.
Yeah, some.
What? No.
Some.
They are.
And you got some contributing to the crime too.
Let me ask you this: do you feel like immigrants are hurting you in any way?
No, they're breaking the law. Every country has laws, bro. You can't go to
Wait. So
you can't go to Peru.
You have a problem with? Wait a minute. You have a problem with criminals?
Yeah, I got a problem with criminals. That's
No, you don't.
That's selling dope, doing all type of stuff in the black neighborhood. You damn right I do.
Okay, so you vote for one though.
I got a problem with Negroes.
Wait. Hold on. Can you calm down a second? You voted for a criminal, right?
He's not a criminal. Them trumped up charges, them fake charges all the Democrats had to put out, and still lose the election. How about that? Fake charges and still lost the election.
Okay,
take the L, bro.
Okay, so in your world they're fake. All right, I
fake
get
charges
that.
And still lost the election.
But if we were to say, if I was to say, if you go to New York and you go inside of the courtroom and you ask to pull the information, would they pull information out that supports that Donald Trump has been convicted? Not asking you whether it's fake to you or not, but they would confirm he's been convicted. So
fake news.
Okay. The next thing is this, and the next thing is this. So Obama's not getting arrested. You got Donald Trump saying you're saying that the convictions was fake, and you also admitted that you have a problem with criminals. Do you have a problem with P3DOs? People who actually harm children and do nasty things.
Oh yeah, that's why I didn't vote Democrat.
No. Okay.
That's why I didn't vote Democrat.
No, but you voted
for. They push laws. They push weird laws.
Did you hear what I just said?
I heard what you said. Democrats push weird laws.
Like what?
They pushing women. Because they pushing men compete with women. They pushing little girls for grown ass men dressed like women and going bathrooms with little girls. They push stuff like that. That's their thing. And they donors tend to be like Diddy, a donor, Epstein, a Democratic donor, Ed Buck, a Democratic donor. It's something about them weird donors that they have.
Okay. All right.
Sexual
Got it. So you're sitting here trying to convince yourself because no one believes you, right?
Well, I got evidence.
No, you don't.
I got a lot of lists of Democrats that have been accused or in charge of sexual crimes.
Listen. All right. I'm listening to what you're saying, and you know what I'm going. So you haven't heard anything about this whole Epstein thing at all.
Yeah, I heard about the Epstein.
Okay, so no. So
10 years ago, I heard about
as much as you're trying to pivot and try to change it into anything about that, I'm just trying to look at you and I go, how could the brother sit up here and act like that ain't happening right now? What do you got to say about what do you have? No, what do you have to say? What do you have to say about Donald Trump being all over the files? I'm just blown away. You haven't even brought that up because that's the biggest thing going on right now.
We'll see.
No. Because here's the
what evidence do you have? You go off. You think that's what's happening.
So what happened according to you?
You think that's what happened.
What happened according to you? Remember, he said there would be released.
Well, he didn't. Obviously, he ain't releasing.
Okay.
He releasing something.
And then he said they didn't exist.
He releasing something, ain't he?
No.
How's the Epstein files hurting your life?
Because I'll tell you how. You want me to explain? Because you have somebody in the White House who's clearly a liar, right? And now now we got all this information out that he could possibly have been doing very nasty and disgusting things to children. And that sits very badly with me. All right. Because that's not what I want to do. That's not a country I want to be living in, where the commander in chief is a open felon already. He's already a felon, but now you got to deal with the fact that he's harming kids this way. He's not
harming kids? See, that's misinformation. You need to stop saying that. That's misinformation.
Well, okay. So can you do me a favor?
You can get sued for that.
Can you do me a favor? Can you do me a favor? You got a computer next to you? Because this won't take long.
I don't got a computer right now. I'm not at about a computer.
Okay.
Right now.
Okay. So here's what I've gathered from you. You're one of these black men out here who's been you're red pill, right?
Well, you a liberal. You don't make no. You a black liberal.
Hold on. I've already let you kind of reveal who you are.
You a liberal, bro. They don't respect black men in the Democratic Party no more, bro.
You don't respect black men in the Democratic Party no more, bro.
If you're not gay and black, you get no respect as a black
So
man.
here's
quit
what I'm
pandering,
gonna
bro.
do. Here's what I'm gonna do for you.
That's a gay party, bro.
Here's what I'm gonna do.
Gay party.
I'm gonna mute you, and I'm gonna address the audience real quick. All right, you just relax. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a brother up here who's just getting up here and pointing out all of his insecurities, all of his vulnerabilities. He can't integrate within the actual real world where it's very diverse, right? Where people come from all walks of life. And so he's manipulated himself into believing Donald Trump is basically the truth and the solution to all of his problems in life. I asked him very plainly, is Obama going to be arrested? No. Is Donald Trump convicted? He is, but the charges are fake. And now we're at this point where he just flat out refuses to acknowledge that his dear leader was BFFs with Jeffrey Epstein. And he's doing this all for free. I mean, I've never seen a brother this far up Donald Trump's behind like I see in this situation with Mr. Big Chiefy. You want to beat up Barack Obama for giving you advice. He said, you know what? You need to quit being ignorant. If you listen to the full interview, he said you need to stop being ignorant. And what you've done this morning is you've woken up early on a Monday and showed the entire world how ignorant you truly are. You have not said anything that is truthful. Nothing.
Man,
Everything
like
you got. Listen. I got your
Yeah.
emotions. He can't keep himself in check. The whole time, I let you say things that clearly everyone knows is wrong. And I showed you, I understand how to keep my emotions in check. I can regulate myself very well. I regulate myself better than everybody you probably know. And you know what they say? You can tell a lot about a person by the company that they keep. Sir, I'm going to just say this because I understand what's happening right now in your world. It's beyond what we can get through on TikTok. What's your highest level of education?
Bro, cut all that female. You sound like a female, bro.
I thought so.
A white liberal woman.
I thought so. Okay, so what I'll do is this.
Black woman.
Okay, all right. I got you. I got him. I got you. All right, brother. All right. I got him, ladies and gentlemen. And that's when I know I've hit him. That's how you know you hit the demon right where he at. Because they start lashing out and they start trying to call me all kinds of things. He has no clue who he's talking to. But what I'll do is this, mister. I'll give you a first class trip, all right? Because you woke up this morning and clearly you don't know what's going on in the world. And you got up in my box and you just started lying and putting down black people and worshiping people who clearly are racist. I've never seen anything like that. It's clear you have a personal issue, all right? And what I'll do is I'll help you out. Ladies and gentlemen, that previous guest, Mr. Whatever his name is, clearly he's possessed with the MAGA demon. He almost got me. I was going to act up and act outside of my character, but then I thought to myself, he ain't got nothing going on like I do. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and send him where he came from. Straight to hell!
Silence, you MAGA demon!
Yeah. So, when you're talking to people, it's very important to understand. A lot of brothers, honestly, and I speak to them like that, they feel exactly the same way he feels. But the sad reality is this: you can't talk to them because in their mind, they geniuses. These people, if you talk to these brothers, they think they geniuses. They think they got it all figured out. As soon as I ask them, sir, where did you get your education? Oh, you sound like a woman. Well, you know what? I'd rather be that than to be an ignorant person. What he has going on, and this is something that's going on in the black community, and it's quite rampant. A lot of these folks, a lot of these brothers, they weren't raised correctly. I don't know how they were raised. A lot of us, we come from single parent homes and things like that, or we got people that, maybe your relatives, they maybe did the best they could, but they didn't quite get across that hump that they should have. And so what you end up doing is you end up picking up a lot of bad traits. And where that brother was at, you see how he talked. I'm gonna be honest with the chat. I used to think like that. I honestly can say this proudly. I used to be that ignorant. And you know what I thought I was doing? I thought I was keeping it real. You know, Dave Chappelle, ladies and gentlemen, remember that? He had a show called When Keeping It Real Goes Wrong, right? And what we're seeing happening right now in America, and it's not just limited to Blagga, but anybody that's supporting Donald Trump, they are going to experience what happens when keeping it real goes wrong. He's sitting up here in the lap of luxury out here in the Bay Area, Oakland, California, benefiting from all the Democrat policies like you wouldn't believe. But he didn't convince himself psychologically that he's of the upper echelon of society and that he could go anywhere in America and he could be good. Well, why don't you go down south with that mindset? Why don't you go down south with that mindset, brother, and see how they treat you? I promise you, you'll be running back to California. Please, Gavin. Please, Gavin, take me. Please, Gavin. I sure do love the fact that I was able to walk outside in Oakland and do whatever I want to do, be myself, and ain't nobody really trying to, put their thumb on the back of my neck. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, a lot of people do come from single family homes, but see, what's going on is a lot of these people that are black men, and I don't even want to call them black men at this point, because being a man, to me, it requires you to really be in control of your emotions, right? But we have a lot of brothers and sisters out here that haven't mastered self-control, self-discipline. And so what Obama was saying to them, it made them feel very uncomfortable. And as you can see, well, I left to go vote with the racists because Obama made me feel uncomfortable. You in a world of hurt. All right, let me go to the box, ladies and gentlemen. Let me bring up my next panelist. All right. Oh, I know Nutty wants to say something. Good morning, Nutty. Good morning. What do you want to say? Good morning, Nutty. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. How are you? Happy Monday to you.
Happy Monday. Welcome. How's it going?
Doing well. So first of all, I would like to say to that former guest that you just sent to hell, you got a lot of learning to do, bro. And there's one thing that you said, Zeus, that I just want to touch on for 1 second. You said he almost made me step outside myself, something to that effect.
Yeah, I did.
Well, listen, Zeus. Whenever you get that feeling, whenever you get that urge, you have people in your community that you can call upon that we will be happy to step outside ourselves. Because I'm tired of being this polished, this politically correct, this whatever this is. And we have ignorance like that being displayed from our own community. It's that type of person, Zeus, that angers me more than the Triple K.
Really?
Because I know what to expect from the Triple K. I don't know what to expect when the enemy is from within. Because that enemy that you just had up here, he knows us because he's part of us, unfortunately. The Triple K, they don't know us like we know us. So he is more dangerous to me and our community than the Triple K. And that is a sad indictment.
That is sad. And your feeling is correct. Initially, I wanted to be very angry with him, right? But it's actually quite sad because I see folks, and I could just hear it the way he talked. He hasn't seen things beyond Oakland. You know what I'm saying?
And here's the thing. He is so dumb. He is so stupid. He is so ignorant that he couldn't see the path that you were walking him right into. He couldn't see that when you were like, oh, I'm glad you bring that point up, that he was about to be backed into a corner. He couldn't pick that up. Because cognitively, he doesn't have an effing brain. Like, seriously, when you backed him into the corner, and because he was talking about criminals, and you were like, oh, so you don't like criminals, huh? That should have been flag right there.
Bing, 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 bing.
He's about to put me in a corner. He didn't even pick up on that. So here's the thing. I feel as though you lost a days worth of brain cells just by talking to him. See, you did yourself a disservice while trying to talk to a brother wannabe, because not all skin folks what
kin folks.
So just because you may have the same shade, the same tone
Lord have mercy
as myself. See, this is why Kendrick Lamar's lyrics is so masterful, because he ain't like us.
Well, you know what? But you brought up a good point, Nutty. Has anyone ever given him a tongue lashing like that in a while, you think?
And you know what? You saved him. You saved him, because I truly thought that you were not going to send him to the lake as soon as you did.
Yeah. I could have did it right there.
I truly thought you were going to bring myself, you were going to bring Q, you were going to bring some of us others in the community that wanted to just have fun with him, and we would have left no meat on that bone. Because it is that type of ignorance that is so dangerous to people who look like us, Zeus. He's dangerous. He can sit there and giggle, and he can hold a portion of a conversation, because his sentence structure, even speaking, was all foul. He couldn't
listen, Glenn. Wow. Nutty's telling the truth, please, and don't worry, Shay. We're not going to let go of the Epstein files. Trust me, we're not. I know this is all a distraction, and Blagga is part of the distraction to try to take our attention off of the E files and whatnot. But we got to take care of this too, because this is a cancer that's eating away at progress in this country too.
It is. So, but let me talk about that really quick.
Go ahead.
I know you got 300 people in your inbox. This whole video that Donald Trump posted on Lie Central with President Obama being arrested by the FBI, I need everybody to don't lose sight of the ball. It is a distraction. It is a distraction. That, in my opinion, that was a message to the MAGA cultist, because he's losing his grip on MAGA because of these files. That was a message to his cultish. Remember
what was the message by putting up?
It was remember the black guy.
Oh,
we should have never had a black guy sitting in the Oval Office. Remember the black guy. He didn't give me his birth certificate. Remember the black guy. Like you stated to this black guy here, he gave us Obamacare. That's horrible for the American people. Remember the black guy. Growing up in school, remember the Alamo?
Yeah.
For Donald Trump, it's remember the black guy. And see, there's nothing that triggers them more than he saying, remember the black guy. So that was a message to MAGA to bring them back into the fold, even though he already said he don't need them anymore. He needs them.
Yeah. Yeah.
He needs them. So y'all don't lose sight of the bigger picture. Don't lose sight. Because Ghislaine, whatever her name is, she said that if she gets immunity, she will testify.
Yeah.
Give her immunity.
Yeah.
She's already in prison.
Yeah.
Give her immunity. I don't know why she's asking for immunity, because she's already in prison. I would be speaking like a canary. So don't lose sight of what's really going on. Don't lose sight of it. And
Thank you.
That, I'm gonna let somebody else up in the
all
box.
Right. All right, W Nutty. Hold on. This knucklehead right here. Jimmy G 19714. I sent you a guest request. Why don't you come on up here and profess your love for your dear leader, all right? Just like I did that previous MAGA demon, all right? Because one thing I know about you Trump supporters is y'all don't want to deal with the biggest issue right now that's going to basically be the end of the cult, which is what? Jeffrey Epstein. W. Zeus. Jimmy. Jimmy, if you don't mind, please come up here and explain to us why we shouldn't be talking about your dear leader and the Epstein curse, all right? Because he's been cursed. If you look at his hands, if you look at his ankles, Jimmy, you would have to look at a person and say, that's worse than anything Joe Biden had going on. And you know it. I mean, why don't they appoint? I would say they should, but no, they shouldn't appoint a special counsel. They need to just do the world a huge favor and release those files, all right? W. Zeus. Jimmy, I'm going to give you a couple more seconds. Hold on. Who's this?
Just the man I want to talk to.
Oh, yeah, I was arguing with you in my comment section over the weekend. Are you okay?
Are you okay, Zeus?
Yeah, I'm fine, but obviously we have a huge problem in this country, and I think clearly you're a part of it. But what were you looking for Big Zeus for?
Zeus, let's talk about the Obama treason.
Why?
Because you're avoiding the topic, my man.
What? No. It's just to me obvious what this is about.
What is it about, Zeus?
Let me go ahead and give it to you.
Okay.
Sir, could I just interrupt for 1 second? Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein?
If you could, tell me what you know about Jeffrey.
Oh, Zeus, no. We're talking about the Obama.
Okay, but
I'll talk about Epstein. You just talked about Epstein.
Okay, no, but that's not
my issue.
If we talk about Obama, I have to be able to verify you're credible. And the only way I can confirm you're credible is if you give us all an update on what you believe is happening with Epstein. So just 2 minutes. Tell us what you know.
What I do know about Jeffrey Epstein is that back in, I believe it was 2015, Alex Acosta, who worked for the FBI, was tasked to relitigate the case. Apparently, Jeffrey Epstein didn't receive any jail time in Florida.
That's not quite true.
Go look it up.
To 18 months. He was sentenced to 18 months, and they got a little work. It was a light thing they did to him. And who was the attorney general at that time?
I believe it was. I'm not sure if it was Loretta Lynch or the AG before Loretta Lynch. I'm not sure, but James Comey was the FBI director who tasked.
You didn't answer it. The chat is helping you. Hold on, Glenn. Remember, we're trying to talk about Obama, but I gotta validate your credibility. Pam Bondi.
Zeus.
Pam Bondi.
I have a train of thought, and you're interrupting my train of thought.
I can hear the sparks in your brain.
No, you can't. You don't know me, sir.
Okay. Go ahead, finish your thoughts, and I'll hit mute so you can really concentrate.
No, just a train of thought. And basically, with the Epstein files, is where it stands right now today. Pam Bondi is going to court to petition the court to release the, I believe, the affidavit. The bulk of the Epstein.
No,
files,
it's the grand jury testimony. Remember,
okay,
so Glenn,
a rose by the other name is a rose.
Glenn, all right, and I don't want to do it to it because you're a brother, I suppose, right?
It doesn't matter what I am, Zeus.
But I deal with brothers a little different, and
Zeus,
and because I gotta
politics, who I am and what I am is insignificant to you.
Okay,
Stop the ad hominem attacks.
But here's the thing: it actually is very important. Unlike you, I care about people. Even people like you who clearly are wrong. All I'm going to do is say this.
Zeus, I volunteer for the blind. I give my time freely. Do you?
I don't do what you do. So.
Exactly. So don't judge my character because you don't know me and I don't know you.
Okay. All right. But can I just give you a little bit some feedback?
No, let's talk about the Obama.
Okay. I was going to get to that. Sir, Glenn. And now I understand probably why I kept only dealing with you in the comments. Why is it that brothers get in my box and don't have any self-control?
Let's talk about the Obama.
No.
Let's not talk about anyone's behavior.
Can you control yourself? Because you're the second brother that's gotten up here.
Let's talk about the Obama.
Okay. So I've already made it clear. I'll address the Obama thing.
No,
But I
it's
just
not.
need.
You keep talking around it.
Jesus, Glenn, I gotta mute you, champ. Jesus Christ, who raised this guy? Y'all see what's going on right here? This is the second example of what I say is the most dangerous thing in America right now. An uninformed Trump voter, ignorant as all get out. All I've asked these brothers to do a simple assignment: get in the box and act. And I'm using the word act because clearly you don't. It's not in you to do it naturally.
Can we
Act
talk
like y'all
about
got some
Obama now?
common. Act like y'all got some common sense. All right. I've already made it clear on my show. I will address the question about Obama, but I wasn't quite done making the point I was making.
Okay, I'm listening.
Your inability to provide me with accurate information about the Jeffrey situation, which is the biggest issue right now in the country, it says a lot to me about your ability to actually be factual in your assessment of things. All right. So
Can I make a point?
I wasn't
make
done
a point?
talking. I wasn't
Can I
done
make a point?
talking.
Can I
I
make a
wasn't.
point?
Yes, you can, but wasn't I still
My
talking?
point is,
No.
my
I gotta
point
mute him.
is,
I gotta mute you. You can make your point after I get done talking. My point is, you can say whatever you want to me about Obama, but here's the thing: I don't take it seriously because your credibility is already in the toilet. But go ahead and say it.
okay. Well, on December 7th, 2015, James Clapper released a document saying that Russia did not interfere with the election cyberly. They may have done so on the small scale.
Cyberly?
You're right, cyber attacks.
You said cyberly?
Cyber attacks, yes.
Oh,
You
I
know
heard
what
the
that
word
is?
cyberly. Okay, because that's some far out the way lingo.
Okay, so let me finish. So anyhow, on December 9th, Obama called in the DNI, the head of the FBI, also Loretta Lynch, to come up with a game
And
plan.
Obama was president at the time?
He was.
Okay. All right, just double check.
Well, December 9th, 2015.
He's basically trying to make sure everything in America is safe when he's doing this.
No,
As
Obama tasked.
he's the commander in chief. He's the commander. Wait, Glenn.
Zeus. See, you interrupting me. I didn't interrupt you. You muted me. Every time I try to talk, you said, let me talk.
Okay,
Now
I apologize. Go ahead, Glenn.
So anyhow, so Obama came up with the idea to go after Trump, and he tasked his intelligence agency to make up evidence. George Papadopoulos was charged.
Yeah, that's how God catch him. You see how God struck him right there and took his mic abilities away, took him off the line. All right, Glenn, so God got you. See, ladies and gentlemen, this stuff writes itself. Glenn, all right, Glenn. What I'll do is give Glenn what he came to get. All right, so Glenn, clearly, God didn't. God has what he did. What did God do, Glenn? Hold on. Okay, let me go ahead and get that again. Struck him. Glenn, that's misinformation. And the good Lord had to even strike you for that. I never seen anything. Lord have mercy. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't even need to explain why, but Glenn, do us a huge favor and go straight. Go straight there. First class trip, Glenn. Go straight to
Silence! You MAGA Damon!
W Zeus. Let me bring some sanity. Good morning, Shay, the beautiful Shay. Welcome. How are you doing?
I'm good. Oh,
welcome.
My goodness. Wow,
well,
you've got some characters today.
Well, they're worked up, and you called it out correctly. They're trying to distract us.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, but what do you think about all of this?
It's really fascinating. You know, they come up trying to sound, well, not the first guest, but the last guest, sort of, but he doesn't speak English all that well with Cyberly and some other stuff he was saying. But, you know, they're so just falling for it again. This is what is so sad to me. They have been convinced that everything that happened to Trump was a witch hunt, was deep state, was all of this stuff, right?
Yeah.
So what they've been promising them is to be transparent and to go after and be on a revenge tour, right?
Yeah.
Trump said that in his rallies. We warned you guys that he wasn't going to get in office and do anything for you, that he's going to be on a revenge tour. And this is exactly what they're doing. Barack Obama, there's clips of speeches by him where he came out, right
Yeah.
at the end of his presidency and said that there was no fraud found in our election systems.
Obama said that.
this.
Yeah.
That the Russians did not interfere with the votes, with the election systems, and that all votes were counted appropriately. That is Barack Obama. What Tulsi Gabbard is accusing him of and saying they're going to arrest him, and then you got Flynn saying they're going to take away the passports, and you got Trump showing these ridiculous videos of Obama being arrested while he's sitting in the White House next to him by the FBI and thrown to the ground and in an orange jumpsuit.
Wow.
They are literally saying that he pushed a narrative that the Russians did election fraud, that Trump didn't win because of the interference in the election systems.
Angus is asking, did Hillary lie? Angus is asking you, Shay, did Hillary
lie about what? You got to be a little more specific.
Yeah. These Angus, just stop it. Any of you Trump supporters, listen to what Shay is saying. And Shay, you brought up a very good point on the video I posted on this. Could you speak to Barack Obama's presidential immunity?
Oh, yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So this is really fascinating to me. Meanwhile, they're trying to go after an ex-president, right?
Yeah.
Because it's distraction, deflection.
Yeah.
It is everything they're doing, trying to feed meat to the base, because more and more is coming out about Trump and Epstein. More and more is being released. We're talking victims are talking. We're talking ex-girlfriends of Epstein. We're talking victims of Trump, the 27 that have accused him.
Let's go.
They're all coming out. They're all coming out. It's like the hatch has been released.
Woo!
Okay? And all Trump had to do is just be quiet, but they ran on releasing this stuff. Right? It's going to be real interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, so back to your point. Yeah, so they what was your question?
About presidential immunity,
Yeah,
because I see Miles down here, Junior, Angus. They're all saying Obama's got to go, and they believe Obama's going to be arrested.
Yeah, he's got presidential immunity now, thanks to your boy Trump.
Woo! W. Shay.
Does while in office of president, right? He has immunity from doing it while he's sitting in office, right? So this is the
You hear
thing.
that, Glenn?
He's in office and he conducts investigations or says, "Hey, go look into Russian interference." He's got immunity from this. Be real clear. All y'all have to do is read the Mueller report. To never get it. You never took time. You fell for the okie doke.
Wow.
34 convictions came out. 34.
You know, some people say that's a hoax, though. Shay, the first guest, he said that was a hoax.
Oh, it's a hoax. It's a hoax.
Yeah.
It's a lie. It's deep.
Hoax come with convictions.
Yes. It's funny to me that y'all haven't read. You're not researching this on your own. I don't care how intelligent you want to come up and say, well, I'm not going to talk about whether I'm a black man or whether I'm doing this or who I am. And I just want to get up here and spread more propaganda because it makes me feel good. Because you know you voted for that man 3 times. You know that the okie doke is the veil. It's the Wizard of Oz, right? No, Toto. Toto has grabbed the curtain, guys. Toto's grabbed that curtain. And
Bingo. Shay,
you don't know what to do. I mean, I could be up here forever. This is fascinating stuff, my friend. The curtain
because Shay, here's what's going to happen. You see these people like Miles 92, Glenn, who else did I have? The Junior and all those other knuckleheads. They're going to have to. Oh, DJ too. Oh, at a certain point, right?
Oh, DJ.
Because there's an independent investigative journalism going on, and I was in the Epstein files this whole weekend. I didn't know, for instance, there was this guy named. Did you know about this? Let me see. Hold on. Oh yeah, Alfredo Rodriguez. Have you heard of this guy?
I don't think so.
A former house manager to billionaire. And this is an article from 2012. He was the house manager for Jeffrey E. Was sentenced to 18 months in federal prison for hiding his boss's journal and later trying to sell it during federal investigation into.
Oh, wow.
This happened in 2012, right? And Alfredo Rodriguez, look him up.
Okay.
All right. Oh my God. And I said, oh,
Wow.
this is a dark, dark thing, and you got to go into this with a mindset that you're going to read and find out things that Jeffrey did that's just going to rattle you.
Oh, absolutely.
And when this all comes crashing down, because yesterday, I was talking to the Russian bear. Did you know that?
I saw you in there.
Yeah, and when it all comes crashing down,
How did that come up? How'd you end up in there?
oh, she begged me, please. I'll behave, Zeus. And you know what? I'll give it to her. She controlled herself.
She controlled herself.
Way better because she wanted some of the kibble.
Yeah.
When this all comes crashing down, Shay, when they realize they voted for a liar who's also a P3DO, what do you think is going to happen?
I don't know. I hope we have space and asylum wards for these people.
Insane asylum, W Shay. They're going straight there. They're going to have to be committed.
Yeah, they're going to have to be committed. The crashing out will be real. It's already real. You're already seeing the crashing out. And then they're trying to hold on to something because that's what they're going to do. They're going to keep giving them crumbs.
Yeah.
Imagine Obama in an orange jumpsuit.
Oh, yeah. That'll take a mind off of what's going on.
Sit back and meditate. Cross your legs. Oh, we need you to calm down and
Shay,
imagine him in an orange jumpsuit.
Shay, can I ask you a question? Yeah. Has Obama? Oh, wait, let's start with him. Has Adam Schiff been arrested?
Nope.
Has Liz Cheney been arrested?
Nope.
Oh my! Adam Kinzinger, has he been arrested?
Nope.
Governor Gavin Newsom, has he been arrested?
No.
Hillary Clinton.
No.
Bill
never
Clinton.
Locked her up. We never locked her up, did we? Or did they? Yeah.
Joe Biden, has Joe Biden been arrested? Oh goodness.
And his entire crime family.
Oh, Hunter Biden? Did Hunter Biden?
No Hunter either.
So what do you think the probability of Obama being arrested will be this week?
0.
Hey! Don't tell them that, okay? I love letting them believe Obama is about to be arrested and then at the same time getting them closer and closer to seeing Donald Trump as a certified, you know what? Oh,
I know.
It's going to happen.
It is going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. And it's crazy to watch them just froth at the mouth over this. Because I've seen them in their lives. Oh my God, they've got Obama and all this stuff. And then that whole thing with his interview with his wife and his brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Guys, do you understand they were talking about men, right? And how you raise boys and how you determine, how to raise a good man. And he talked about his experience.
Yeah.
Because he used to be homophobic, basically.
Ignorant. He used the term ignorant.
And it was against it. Not really. I wouldn't say he was homophobic. I'll take that back. But he was against gay marriage, and he had very strong feelings as well. Believe it or not, he's Christian.
Yeah.
Right? So he really had a hard time. And he said, what it took for me to start to see, and I think everyone needs, this is how people get their minds opened up, right? This is why they attack education, because they don't want their kids going off and getting educated and getting exposed
and learning something. And learning something.
So he said one of my favorite college professors was a gay man. And he wasn't out because it was I think he went to college in the 80s.
Yeah.
And he wasn't out at the time. But he was able to have an experience for the first time with a gay person and getting an understanding of what that was he was first exposed, and that broke down his preconceived notions about gay people. That's all he said. He didn't tell you should go be gay. He didn't tell you gay. He didn't say any of that.
Yeah.
as we all know, as you raise your kids in diverse environments, it will basically take out a lot of biases in their life. That's how
Yeah.
I grew up very conservatively in a racist household in a small Texas town. And trust me, it wasn't until I went to college, got my liberal indoctrination, right? I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Got my education.
Education.
And became a high school teacher where I was exposed to all of that. Different
Thank you.
backgrounds, different economic
And
situations. And
that goes to
the
what,
world. That's another
and that
thing
goes
you
to
need
the
do.
point I was making, Shay,
Yeah.
about that first guess. It's clear some people have not evolved.
No.
Right?
No.
Because we've all had our moments when we were being ignorant. But it's one thing to make, like, okay, you were being ignorant at that point. But it's another thing to just take a bath in the ignorance and just relish in it and say, I'm proud to
Yes.
be an ignorant person. I can't help everybody. And that's where we're at right now. Some folks you just can't
ego,
help.
my friend. It's
Yeah.
just ego. You know, a lot of times you have to, I'll sit there and say, hey, I used to think wrong. I was wrong about this. I voted wrong. All of these things. I voted
Yeah.
for the Bushes, for freak's sake. That was
Yeah.
a wrong vote.
Yeah.
I can say that because I'm not full of ego. I know I'm going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of you are going to have to realize you're being lied to, and you're double down on your ignorance because you won't admit that you got duped. You won't admit that you made a mistake.
Yeah.
And that's what's sad. And at some point, you're going to have to do it and stop going after people that are now holding Trump accountable.
Yeah.
And I see that, to a lot of people are saying, what about this and what about that? Oh, you're not a MAGA. You're not a Trump supporter. You're not a Republican. That doesn't define whether I'm a Democrat or not. And I don't change I see Vegas girl in here. I would never change my political
she is.
viewpoints
She
on the
likes me.
world. Oh, I know. She hates me too. On my view of the world because I didn't get along with a few people.
Bingo.
Right? Or I had a falling out
Yeah.
with a few people, right?
Yeah.
That now all of a sudden that changes her entire political viewpoint and view of the world. I mean, come on. Are
Yeah.
you that weak?
Mm.
I've gotten attacked by the far left. I've had issues a couple of years ago on this app. It wasn't fun to go through. You think that's going to change my
You're
viewpoint of the world and what the Democratic Party is going to do versus the GOP? Are you kidding me with that? Because you don't get along with a few people on the internet? I mean, you must be weak.
Yeah.
And I see that with people that they're like, I'm just trying to find a home base and I just want friends. Okay, join a Tupperware group. Go to, I don't know what to tell you, but
Yeah.
like, it's ridiculous. I think attacking wants to come up.
All right,
But-
Shay.
Yeah, but anyway, I've taken up a lot of time. Thank you for
All right,
doing
no
this.
problem.
But
Thank you for
guys,
coming up.
You're not going to see Obama in an orange jumpsuit, and more stuff is coming up on Epstein for sure.
All right.
Love you guys in the kingdom. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you. W. Shay, ladies and gentlemen. No lies detected. Alrighty then. Good morning. Uh-oh. Dr. Lex, what in the world? I thought I was building up somebody else, but okay. Dr. Lex, welcome. Is it patching through, Dr. Lex? I guess it's not. Maybe there's a connectivity issue. All right. Dr. Lex, send me another request. Something's wrong on your end. I promise you it is. Good morning, Val. Welcome, Val. I see you attacking. Stick to rule. I see you. Yes.
Yes, your last guest was hilarious. First off, people, you may want to go look up treason. You know what I'm saying? Article 3, Section 3 in the Constitution, and see what's actually required.
Hit them with it.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, first off, it has to be claiming an act of WAR against your own country through another country, which we know he's never done. And then it would also have to be giving aid to your enemy.
Oh.
Well, hold on, sir. Do you think Obama ever gave aid to Russia?
Does anyone in the chat believe President Obama gave aid to Russia? Because if we have someone up here that says yes, Val, would you be willing to talk to them, perhaps?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah, I
put a
wanna
one in the
hear-
chat.
I want to hear how he gave aid to Russia. I mean, I can tell you who has given aid to Russia. I mean, there's no doubt about that, but it definitely would not have been Obama or Biden.
Glenn, Angus, Junior, DJ, none of y'all.
Oh, and there's another criteria too in section, in Article 3, Section 3, the treason clause. So if you want to look at that, there also has to be 2 eyewitnesses. Okay, and that'll put in court or confession in court.
Yeah.
Oh no! Has any of that happened?
I haven't seen anything. As a matter of fact, I remember a part in there where Obama said, "I want it all done by the book." Didn't he say that? He explicitly said, "I want you to basically follow the law."
Oh, and then, sir, I want you to explain to me why we did not really know about what Russia was doing until actually right at and after the 2016 election, which, mind you, was November of 2016. And then we had a Senate hearing on this. Both Republicans and Democrats agreed.
Yeah.
That they interfered in this election. Read the report.
Yeah. Didn't people go to jail too? People went to jail behind the Russia.
Went to jail. Oh, and hold on. Remember you have to have, several of these people that went to jail pled guilty. Didn't even go to trial. They just pled guilty. They knew it.
What does that tell you?
Well, that tells me they knew they did it. I mean, these are things that happened, you know what I'm saying, over the time, but I'm still trying to figure out why Obama would have asked for an investigation in 2015. We didn't know what was going on until 2016. Shocking.
I'm looking for Glenn. I'm looking for Glenn because Glenn was the one that brought that energy up in here, and we're not getting anywhere, and no one is even supporting what Glenn was saying. So, Val, what are the odds of Obama being arrested this week based on what you understand?
That would be a big 0.
But Trump posted videos and said that he, suggested that, Obama should be arrested for treason.
Let me tell you how stupid this is from Tulsi Gabbard. Even the DOJ has not responded to that claim. And it's been asked. Pam Bondi has not responded to that claim and has been asked. What's that tell you?
Maybe that this is all just more smoke and mirrors and a distraction from, the curse of Epstein.
Exactly. That's exactly what this is. That's exactly what this is. And, back to the e-files. Hey, people, I'm telling you right now, if you don't see what's going on, I can't help you, but it is going to come back to bite you. And to your first guest that came up here today and decided saying that you sound like a woman.
Oh.
Okay. I want to remind everybody in here something. Under the context and what we talk about in the subjects you're talking about, when you meet somebody and you say they sound like a woman, thank you for identifying yourself as a misogynist. Thank you.
Val, you always have a good way of giving people the visual of kind of the moment. So that's very spot on. I'd hate to say it, but that's what it is. And it just shows to me it's proof these people are truly ignorant and haven't evolved. And it's sad to see, quite honest, especially when it hits close to home, so to speak.
It is. I mean, we have everything going on in our country today, and y'all are trying to pay attention to things that sound like gotcha moments, rather than what's really happening in this country.
Yeah.
We have a P3DO in office. We have you know what I'm saying? We have an economy that is slowly failing.
Yeah.
Okay. We have tariffs put on the American people that have already claimed $28 billion of taxpayers' money.
Wow.
$28 billion. Y'all like to use that as a win. Let me tell you what it is. It's a theft of $28 billion from the taxpayers of this country.
Conservative
That's
Christina
exactly
said
what it
that's
is.
misinformation, Val.
That's not misinformation, man.
She never wants to come up here and actually explain where she's getting her information from. Because if anybody could tell Val where he's lying at, I would love to hear it. I've been waiting
Your
to see.
own president put it out there as a win at the beginning of this month, saying that it was 27. It was 27 billion. That number's now 28 billion. $27 billion was added to the treasury. That normally doesn't come in, although he spent $316 billion. So I don't see where that's actually helping.
Whoa! Wow, Val, you must have the magic because she wouldn't come up for me any other day. But Christina's here.
No. I'm coming up here because of what he said.
What did I say? Go ahead.
That when you started naming off, well, whatever it was, the first thing you named off was he's a P3DO.
Absolutely.
When you have no proof of that.
I don't. Ma'am, I'll call
No.
anybody. I'll call anybody a P3DO that actually walks in on young girls in contests.
No, if you
I'll call anybody, ma'am. I'll call
research
anybody. I'll call anybody a
it says
P3DO
otherwise.
that says that sex is what he has in common with his daughter. I will call anybody a P3DO that says that they can grab women and young girls and just by the P. Okay, I mean, where do you want to go with this, ma'am?
Christina, are you there? Christina, you must have rattled her, and she knows it's Christina. I'm going to give you a few more seconds, Christina. And are you trying to get yourself together? Val, I've never seen anything like this in my life. Christina, are you back? Christina, I gotta go. I mean, let's just go ahead and do it. We silenced the MAGA demon in record time, ladies and gentlemen. Christina, you know that was just terrible. Do us a favor and go back where you came from, straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
W Val.
I don't know why this is so hard to understand, Christina. I mean, you're a woman in this country, and I guess you thought you were going to come up here and thought I was going to go to a case when I went to already proven facts about this man. I don't think you like that very much. And self-admitted facts by him, just like the money that I was talking about that you wanted to say was misinformation too. Wow. Okay, that came from his own mouth. That came off the backs of the taxpayers in this country. So when you talk about taxation without representation, ma'am, and you want to back Donald J. Trump, you may want to go look in the mirror.
Wow.
I'm just telling you, this is not hard.
Wow. You're right, Val. I mean, she is, and we're going to see a lot more stuff like that happening, I think, in short order, because the truth is coming out and Trump can't stop it. Victims are speaking up now. Old employees are speaking up right now. Court cases are now basically being revisited for more clues. Independent investigative journalists are looking into what's happening. And you saw yesterday, Donald Trump, he posted like 13 posts in like 20 minutes, which means he knows something big is coming.
Right, and that's what I want to know. What else don't we know, right? What else is out there that we don't know that's at the edge of coming out? And I said this the other day. When the Wall Street Journal posted the letter. Right. I said, what makes the Wall Street Journal, which is not normally a big political news organization, okay? They usually stick to finance stuff, those types of things.
Yeah.
What makes a place like Wall Street Journal put out something like that? You know what I'm saying? So why would they do that? And I'm going to tell you why. It's because they have more.
Ooh.
Okay? They have more. I guarantee you they have more. And they're waiting for the right times to put it out. Because I'm going to tell you how the Wall Street Journal is looking at this. The backers and the people that back Wall Street Journal right now are losing money. Okay? And this is the type of thing they don't need.
Yeah.
And when corporations start to lose money, which is actually happening, even though he tries to claim to be the president of corporations, when they start losing money, they're going to push back.
Yep.
Do I agree with their pushback? Not necessarily. But I'm telling you, they have more.
Yep. I believe it because of what I've already seen thus far. Just looking into things on my end, I'm going, this is evidence of a serious cover-up happening. People within the DOJ, FBI, they're even being pushed to limits. They don't feel comfortable being pushed to because of all the information that they've seen. This is all going to come down on MAGA in ways they can't even imagine. And I'm here for it. So I got to give it to them. All right. So, by the way, Val in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. All right. TKO. Yeah, Val did a TKO on Christina. All right, we're gonna move it along. All right, brother. All right, W Val.
See the kingdom tomorrow, guys.
All right. We might have to, depending on what goes on next. All right, depending on what's going on next. But let's see. Put a 1 in the chat. I thought I saw a Trump supporter out there real quick. Somebody out there still supporting Donald Trump. I know there's somebody out there. I'm getting visuals sitting at home right now. Just got done watching Fox and Friends, maybe a rerun or two. And now you're really feeling real good about your dear leader. Oh, Joseph, you support Trump? Come on up here, Joseph. Big Zeus will take care of you, all right? And hopefully this conversation will be on the up and up, and you won't be following Trump after this, all right? Joseph, I sent you a request. I don't want to talk to somebody who's hell-bent on being ignorant, though. No. If you're just stuck on being ignorant, then you could just, you can wallow in that on your own. I'll give you a couple of chances. But outside of that, let's see. I need him to see while Val is up. What, Rick? See, I need for him to see it while Val is up. What are you talking about, Nutty? What are you talking about? All right, let's see. Yeah, Tiffany, you're asking. Who pinned this? Hold on. Yeah, Nutty.
Very quickly, this was from conservative Christina's profile. She had clipped you and Val both. She called you a little Ricky or something like that. I just want you to see that. So the fact that Val got her to crash out as quickly as he did,
yeah,
she follows both you and Val. And I just wanted to point that out while Val was
wow.
up. That's
all. So she's like Vegas girl and Kimmy and the Russian Bears.
100%.
They're in love with me. They lust after me, but they're just gonna have to lay there and burn because I don't do that.
I took that screenshot directly from her profile. So that came straight from her profile. So I know that she. You are already on her radar along with Val. So Val.
Well, this is one of the times, Nutty, where I wish it was you and your handsomeness was truly as handsome as it was, because perhaps then she would do that to you and not me. All right, this is one of those times where I would say, you know what?
You were doing so well.
Yeah, and she just laughed when I said that, so she knows we've caught her lusting after brothers on TikTok. Ain't that something?
No, I'm not gonna let you pivot like that. You were doing so well. I was behaving.
Yeah.
Wasn't talking about how handsome I am. I was gonna let you just have it, but you just couldn't stop. You just couldn't stop.
Yeah, yeah. No. But I am the most handsome. But you see what that comes with. You
I
got to
mean,
do.
to your mama, you are.
Hey, I wanna personally come up and, Nutty, thank you for bringing that information forward. But I want to thank Christina, and I want to
Oh,
thank the Russian Bears, and I want to thank all of you all for thank you very much for spreading the good word. Thank you
thank
very,
you.
very much. Thank you.
But
Yeah,
yeah, I wanted you to see
thank you,
that,
Val.
Val, and I couldn't clip both of them. But the fact that she had the unmitigated gall to get in the box and to crash out, it's hilarious to me
Hmm.
because it's obvious that she has a crush on the two of you gentlemen.
Mm.
Yeah, I've been married 40 years. Sorry, Christina. I heard you talk. You've got about as much chance as the mosquito that came in and I slapped on my arm.
And Val, I'll just add to what you're saying, Christina. Unfortunately, I'm not available. It's not you, it's me. I just know you couldn't handle somebody like me. I'm too theatrical. I'm too magical. I'm way too much for you to handle. And so, rather than subjecting you to a relationship that you and I both know won't work out, all right, I would rather just go ahead and nip this in the bud and just simply say I'm unavailable. All right, so you can knock it off. All right, but it's your world.
Hey Zeus,
But still thank you for spreading the good
Yeah,
word.
good point,
you
Val.
know
Yeah,
how
thank you.
Jazz, you know how Dark Jazz start calling you little Zeusy. You remember that?
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I love it.
I'm just gonna coin the term. Well, I'm not gonna coin it, but I'm just gonna start calling you what Christina calls you in her video, Lil Ricky. What's up, Lil
Oh,
Ricky?
that's what she does. Okay.
That's what she has. I don't know if you. I don't know if you can see the caption up there, but
I
the
can't.
writing up on top.
Yeah, I can't.
She calls you Lil Ricky.
Lord have mercy. All right. Well, listen. We'll let Christina burn in lust, and then you know where that's going to lead. Let her burn in hell. All right, because she's clearly out of her league. She's shooting at things that she clearly has no opportunity ever in life to have access to, and so it just shows to me just how much work really needs to be done to save this country.
Hey,
Thank
I'll
you for letting
never
me
get
back up,
mad. Yeah,
Val.
I'll
It is
never
always
get mad at anybody for taking the shot, right? Just
Yeah.
take your shot, but if you fail, you fail. That's all.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. All
Val.
right.
I appreciate you exposing the truth. Because that's one thing that we hadn't talked about this morning is how guilty Pam Bondi is. So that's why the e-files are also being suppressed because
Yeah.
Pam Bondi's in the files as well.
And well, you know what? That's crazy, but we'll get into that. All right, gentlemen. Big Zeus,
But
because
thank
you
you,
know.
sir.
All right, W Zeus, W Val. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we took care of some very important kingdom business. All right, because when you got people out there lusting after Zeus that way, you just got to address it and stop it in its tracks. And by the way, Christina, if it's a person on a fake account trying to reach out to you, maybe that's what got you activated. I'll just be honest, that's not me. That's somebody else trying to use my likeness to get to you, but it's not me, Christina. All right, but if you could please just focus on getting out of the cult, I would say if you do that, you might have a better chance. All right, W Zeus. Now, where's that Trump supporter out there? There was the Trump supporter that said they still support Donald Trump. Put a one in the chat if you support Donald Trump real quickly. All right. We don't got much more time left this morning, but we've been annihilating MAGA all morning. All right. You either come up here and you learn, or you come up here and you burn. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Wild man. He decided to be a man. Well, I don't know yet, but Wild Man, you decided to unblock me after me and Nutty and Q Dog and Shay and them totally obliterated you, totally destroyed you. Now you're back in the kingdom at the feet of Big Zeus, hungry again. Yeah, I sent you an invite, but obviously, Wild Man, you didn't want to come up. And so what we'll leave that as is just Wild Boy, W Zeus. W Zeus. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Let's see where. Yeah, I thought he blocked me too. All right. Please. I thought I saw attacking, but where I guess attacking isn't here. All right. Good morning, Stick the Ruler. Good morning, Stick the Ruler. Welcome.
Good morning, Zeus.
Yes, good morning. How are you? Where'd you go attacking?
It's been a very, very outstanding show. I love how Val came up and 3.5 seconds, like just kind of gave her the Jim Carrey, where they hurry up and just say a whole bunch of facts, and the person is overloaded with all those facts.
Yeah.
So I love it. I support, and I will definitely always be in here, whether I'm in the background or not. But man,
you always have been.
Yeah. You guys are hitting them way above the belt, way below the belt. Hey, you can't get away from it. There's no blocking anything that's being said. And of course, Barack Obama is, gonna get arrested because, all of these people are on this list that he promised to put out, including himself.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's obvious. It's too obvious at this point. MAGA, if you can't see it, you're dumber than a box of rocks on Tuesday. So, and it's Monday. So again, kill them, Zeus. So
I just got to ask you.
You know what I mean? Unallowed.
I just got to ask you a question though, because in the middle of all of this, right? We all came to this. What do you got to say to these brothers out here though, that instead of understanding that they voted for a person that's possibly a P3DO, right? They want to sit up here and try to put Obama in shackles and chains and get on him because he's telling them to stop being ignorant. What do you got to say about them? Because they seem to feel like the Democrat Party should be grabbing a bowl, not a bowl, but a roll of toilet tissue, right? And then wiping their rear ends.
Well, no, this is the thing. Okay, initially, his reasoning was flawed in the sense that he took one quote that he said, misconstrued it, and made it about his own feelings. And one thing that we've heard about MAGA and Blagga is any accusation is an actual confession. So if you got that inside you, I don't care really. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna judge you.
Yeah.
That's not for me. That's for God to judge you. And at this point, when you come in the kingdom, for Zeus to judge you.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, my friend, if you got those inside of you and you're upset about it, try to do something about that. We don't have anything to do with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the people that are affecting you don't even know that they're affecting you, including Barack Obama.
Yeah.
Just because of what he said, you sound weak. And I'll say this too. Anybody that's worried about somebody that walks 500 miles with their child on their back, you are weak. If you let them come over here to this country and get 20 steps ahead of you by having an F-250 in their own business, and they got a nice family that goes to church and all of that, and you're still in a trailer park arguing with your wife, cheating on your wife, that's on you, my friend. You are the problem. You are the enigma that have slowed your own progress down. So if you're worried about somebody that came way from El Salvador, way from Guatemala, hell, even Mexico, if they walked 50 miles and got here and started doing better than you, that is on you. You all sound weak. You need to stop that. You need to move on with your life. Try to go back to school because half of you guys are uneducated. And I can go keep going. No, but I'm not.
You know what you're doing? You're saving that brother out there that's waking up in his mama's bedroom, her second bedroom, and he's 30 something years old, right? And she just only has him paying the cable bill and telling him to do something with his life, and he just plays video games all day and yells at the women that he's kind of hanging out with because he can't take care of them. What you're doing, Stick, is you're speaking to them where they at. They know.
Yeah.
They about to be 60 years old, still living with their mamas, they aunties.
And that's fact.
This is sick. But they hate Obama.
Yeah, and again, during Obama, whether you just as a black man, whether you just were pleased with the fact that you've seen that a black man could be president, whether that it gave you some type of oomph. We already had oomph. We already had James Brown going around, I'm black and I'm proud. We were throwing up the fist at the Olympics. I mean, we are very proud people.
Yeah.
But to have a president look just like you and and be everybody's president, not just my president or anybody that's African American president,
Yeah.
to be everybody's president and represent everybody, that says something. And that's why your orange turd doesn't like Barack Obama, because he can't be everybody's president. He won't allow himself to be everybody's president. He has to come at you with anger, vigor, and any other thing that's negative. So, yeah. So again, Zeus, the things that we do in this country are asinine when it comes to things like the investigation and he's going to throw Barack in jail and all. It's crazy. It's crazy. But again, that's a lie because he has immunity.
Yeah.
And I land my plane with that.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, W. Stick Derulo coming in sturdy and early. All right, brother. Thank you. All right, you too. All right. Oh, my goodness. See that, ladies and gentlemen? You know, that's what we call sticking and moving. He came in, he delivered it, and he got on up out of here. All right, that's how it's supposed to be. All right. Let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we might be able to get to everybody in the queue this morning. See, people are sharing. Good morning, G-Man. How are you doing?
It's been a while, but it's great. It's been, I've been going through it. I had to, a little bit fatigued with these maggots.
MAGA beat down Monday. Sorry.
Yes. You're good, my friend. It's great to. I came here about that first guest that he says.
Yeah, the brother.
I'm gonna let you know a little bit about me. I'm born and raised in New York. Live in a certain environment. The education wasn't that great, but I'm gonna put on the camera and let you know how I look like too.
Go ahead.
See. I grew up in the well-diverse of New York City. I'm 61. Yes, I'm not the smartest person. For granted, because the diversity of different races and nationalities and all this, especially the teachers, the majority are women. Even though one thing they taught me, and I take it right instantly. Don't take people out of their mouth. You got to do your own research to find out if they're legit or not. I take that as a heart, and they really sincere with a certain stashes. The urban decay during the New York City, especially the Bronx, during the time, bandit buildings and all that, was like a war zone. They do the best they can to get to give them information. And dude, you from same place as Zeus? Have you failed to realize it? What they done to you, your own peers? The underlining, put a little thing around, over here. I can't say for TikTok.
Yep. I was trying to help him understand that.
Have you thought about that, bro? I mean, not you. Zeus. Talk about that guy, the first guy. I hope you listen to this. Why you sipping? The person in the party don't give a F about you, bro. They don't. Two brothers, Lawrenceville, Georgia, got taken. He's made somewhere in the northern part of a bunch of Billy Boss and Becky found it on the line. Truck driver that looks like Zeus on the line do the same thing. Albany, New York, few other places. Even they got a Latino in Colorado. Dude, why are you sipping so somebody don't give a F about you, bro? I can understand because believe it or not, I'm an independent registered voter. Because I can understand we got a little disagreement with the Democrat Party, especially for New York City on it. I see it doesn't matter. This is me. It doesn't matter. You don't have the means necessary. You're expendable. That's how it is in this country. But one thing, I like what I was raised, even though circumstances was limited. Because I grew up with different diversity. Salsa with it, hip hop on it. We intertwine one another. One until we got the back. And I have empathy to other people besides me. Include that first guest. They invoked the guest interest, bro.
Well, this is what they do, G man. They sit up there and they take out all their issues that they got because they're failing in so many areas, and they try to blame somebody instead of taking accountability for themselves. And that's what you're seeing. These people have low self-esteem.
If you notice that they try to see me, that G-man disrespect women. I'm gonna let you know this, Macus, Billy Bobs and Becky's. A lot of women, most of my followers are women. If I said it inappropriate, they call me in a heartbeat like this, and I've been mad up and over when I'm wrong. That's the difference between you and I, because at least I admit that I'm at flaws. Now I'm a false patriot. I serve for this country. I'm a veteran, bro. Do you put your body in line for this country? You know what they done? Some dirty stuff to some their own citizens. How I'm a traitor, Boricua. Do you know what the United States had done to fellow Puerto Ricans? If you're sipping to be a white supremacist, spitting in your face of us Puerto Ricans as well. And because you're a citizen, ICE is doing illegal stuff, detain us, assuming we're here undocumented, bro.
Yeah.
Regardless, I'm Puerto Rican, other U.S. citizens naturalized regardless. They easily profile us. And you call me a traitor, Polico? Because I don't play that game? I don't let them worry about the common bottom. They just wish they can't silence the G-man. But one thing about you, Zeus,
what's that?
And especially Shade and other people like Val and all this, they give the great information and knowledge. It's up to you, Magger, to do your own research, find out they're talking the truth or not. But mostly to your freaking feelings, conflict with your narrative and agenda, you want to go for it. And before I go, this is my last thing. I try to keep it quiet, keep it political with this e-file. But I want this to release the information. And I'm going to say this.
Go ahead.
To your people, regardless of what political aisle, that you're falling. And any perpetrator that on bad crap or nonsense to these underage kids, regardless it's a D or R or I, celebrity, people with empowered on it, I want to do the freaking time. And lengthy time, and put them in the general pen. Not put it with the they had the code done the people at the pen. People would do the inappropriate thing for children. But Zeus, I know you got a lot of time. Thank you for everybody being a while. But I let our other guests go.
All right.
You know me, I always come and drop anyway. But everybody have a marvelous Monday and stay strong, stay past everybody. Thank you for your time.
All right. WG man. So, as you all can see bright and early on a Monday morning, this country, no matter what's going on, we're not going to let it rest. We want the e-files released, all right? And that's just how this is going to be. Are there any Trump supporters out there? I saw a bunch of you out there. You're crying in the comment section. I just got to know, why don't you want to get up here and defend your dear leader? All right, because you know just like we know what that's going to be. Oh, there he is right there. Apologies, Zeus. Your device ran out of juice. Glenn, please stop, Glenn. Glenn, please stop. Your device ran out of juice. That's not the only thing that's going to be running out of juice, Glenn, because here's the thing. This whole time we've been talking, we've debunked everything you were trying to raise and bring up to us. We've debunked it. And none of us believe any of the stuff about Obama that you were trying to say is going to happen. All right. Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way. Glenn, because we've already debunked you. The thing is, I wanted to make sure you and I understand is, what are you going to do when it all comes out your dear leader is a P3DO? Are you going to come here and apologize to all of us on the TikTok?
Donald Trump won the election with 77 million votes. So when you accept that Donald Trump is the president, and
what was my question?
Are you a Christian, Zeus?
No. But I know what a lot of Christians believe because I used to be around them. Glenn, did you just hear my question? I said, what are you going to do when you see the information and it's proven your dear leader is a P3DO? Imagine this. How long have you been supporting him? How long have you been supporting Trump?
I've been supporting Donald Trump since 1985.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. So that's almost like 40 years.
Yes, I supported Trump when he was awarded the NAACP award.
Okay. So let me make sure I get
this picture of it.
Glenn,
hold on. Let me finish. You asked me a question, but you're interrupting.
But I wasn't done.
Let me finish. No, hold on.
Okay,
you're going to ask me a question, but you're not done. Does that make sense? Okay.
I'm trying to save you.
Listen to me. I became a fan of Donald Trump when my hero, Muhammad Ali, put his arm around Donald Trump, Rosa Parks kissed Donald Trump on the cheek before he received his NAACP award. I became a fan of Donald Trump when Jesse Jackson invited him up at the Push Coalition and said, without Donald Trump's investment, that black entrepreneurs in New York City would not have space in Trump Towers. Trump provided space for push correlation.
Can you turn your camera on?
And also,
can we see you? Can I see you? Is it all right if you?
You see my picture, sir?
No, no.
That's my
You
image.
can't.
That's my image, sir.
But Glenn, the
Why do
reason
you
that
need to see me, sir?
because this is probably one of the most purest stories I've ever heard about how somebody fell in love with Donald Trump, and
Fell
I
in
just
love?
want, yeah, because that's what you're basically.
Those are your words. not
It's
mine.
like you.
I should admire Donald Trump, not fell in
40,
love.
40 years. Have you been in a relationship with anybody for 40 years?
Of course, sir.
Who?
Have I, sir? I have brothers. I have siblings.
So you would say Donald Trump is like a brother or sister to you at this point?
Sir, let's talk about politics. Let's not talk about me.
Well, I just don't know if you can really
But you're
be.
asking me all of these personal questions. You already defamed
Well,
my character.
I want to get to know
listen
you.
To me. Listen to me. You
Glenn.
defamed my character by calling me a lowlife, and then I mentioned to you that I volunteer for the blind. I asked you, what do you do for the public? And you said nothing.
I do a lot of things.
You do nothing for the public.
But here's the thing. Even if I didn't do anything, what's it to you?
Exactly. So what's it to you asking me all the personal questions?
Oh, okay. So Glenn, I admire the fact that you're doing things for the public because I think
Okay, let's talk about Obama.
Hold on.
Let's talk about the thing that we
Glenn. I'm trying to talk.
You're talking about me as a person. Let's talk about Obama and the treason.
Do you want? We've already covered that. You didn't hear us?
You didn't cover it with me, sir.
Okay, all right. Val, are you here, Val? I mean, I'll bring Val back up here. Somebody
You covered it with your minions, but not me. Because you're afraid. You're afraid, Zeus. You are afraid that you're going to be proven wrong. So when I was saying to you,
hold on.
After no, not hold on. I was here before him. Let me speak. You can bring him,
bring
him on after me.
I'm going to.
Let me speak.
Listen,
Thank you.
Glenn. Okay,
So,
I mean,
what year did Donald Trump receive any kind of acknowledgement from the NAACP, which wasn't about his support of the black community, by the way. But besides that, what year was that, sir?
Sir, we're not debating that.
What
Okay,
year was that, sir?
we're debating
Glenn.
Obama treason, sir. We're not
Glenn.
debating that.
Glenn.
We're debating Obama treason, sir.
Glenn.
On December
you want to
the
debate
9th,
Obama treason? There is none.
2006.
Sir, have you read Article 3, Section 3?
Sir.
What is Article 3, Section 3?
No, sir.
What
Don't
is
answer
Article 3,
with a question,
Section
sir.
3?
Let me finish.
No, sir, because you're going to come up here and make a claim like that, which is the most serious claim that you can make against any American, okay, in this country. You need to understand the weight of what you are actually saying, okay, and it is covered under our Constitution, under Article 3, Section 3. Have you read it?
What's your point, sir?
Glenn, answer it.
What's your point? This is not a courtroom. This is a conversation.
Glenn.
It's not an inquisition.
Answer the question.
No,
you
I'm trying
brought
to
up
explain
you
to
accused
sir.
President
Sir,
Obama
I'm
of
trying
committing
to explain.
you accused President Obama of committing treason. So that's why we are now here. Answer the question. Answer the question, Glenn, because this.
Well, why would you mute me and then tell me to answer the question?
Okay, answer it. Have you read it?
No, but
then don't. Hold on, I'm going to make something very clear to you.
No.
Nope, stop right there. I'm going to make something very, very clear to you. If you haven't read Article 3, Section 3 of the United States Constitution, which I doubt you have read a single word of other than we the people, okay? If you have not read that, do not come up into any live.
Yes, I can.
No, sir. No, do not.
You'll respond after Val's done, Glenn.
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
Yes, I can, sir.
Glenn, let Val educate you. Take this education.
Any live accusing anybody of that crime without evidence. Period.
Point blank.
It is the most egregious crime you can commit in this country.
I have evidence, Val.
So don't.
I have evidence, Val.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. How can you tell me?
What evidence? What evidence?
Tulsi Gabbard produced a document Friday. The document.
Glenn.
Sir, You mean the document that the Department of Justice won't even respond to or acknowledge that it's even real? That document?
Whether or not you accept it or not, brother,
No, it's not me, sir.
that
The
is evidence
Department
of a
Justice
crime.
pushed
And
this
it has
forward.
been referred to
Has
the
the Justice
DOJ.
Department actually refused to answer any questions on this?
Glenn, you're not listening.
Pam Bondi gave a statement Sunday. Pam Bondi received.
What was it? Was she Glenn? Was she under oath? Glenn, was she under oath?
What does it matter if she's under oath?
Because you don't have to be honest when you're not under oath.
Well, Zeus, let me tell you this.
So
Let
Glenn,
me tell you this, Zeus. These are federal government documents that have been under seal since 2016.
Oh, hold
Tulsi
on. You said it was
Gabbard unsealed the
2015.
documents.
Sir,
Let me
sir.
finish, sir. Stop interrupting me, Val.
We didn't
Val,
know about.
Val,
We
you
didn't
already
know
said
about
what you
Russian
wanted to say. You
collusion
interrupted me,
until
brother.
actually
Would you stop interrupting me?
2017.
why can't you
Won't you
just
stop
have the
interrupting me,
conversation,
Val?
Glenn?
Okay,
Glenn,
I answer your question.
Glenn, we don't like it when people crash out. We
No,
don't like
no,
it because it's
you
all
interrupted.
emotions.
It
It's
ain't
all
a fact.
emotion.
You interrupting me.
Okay, let's bring the temperature down, Glenn. All right. I just want you to understand where things are
You're
at right
afraid
now.
to let somebody talk because you are too little. You're afraid to be wrong, Zeus.
Sir, is the word treason and the meaning of treason, does that mean to help somebody attack our country? Help another
The word
country attack
treason
our
means
country?
that you conspire with a foreign government to
Uh-huh.
overthrow, in this case,
To overthrow the government,
the
right? Yeah,
election.
treason. That's right. Or to give aid, right?
And that's
Or to give
proven.
aid.
And that's proven.
So
That's in file.
where if Obama asked somebody to investigate Russia on
Investigate or
interfering with our
manufacture
elections,
Glenn,
where is that?
he's
Where is
talking.
that helping Russia overthrow the United States?
That's the part I don't get.
Because
Glenn.
George Comey sent a FBI agent
George,
in a honey pack.
wait. George Comey.
Dude,
George.
hold on. See, look at you. You
Hold
triggered.
on.
You're triggered.
It's not George Comey.
No.
What? So Glenn, I need you to calm down. You've been injected,
Comey
perhaps.
sent a honey pot agent.
Honey pack. You mean honey pot?
Honey pot agent to Trump Tower.
Okay, Glenn, I gotta stop. Glenn, I gotta stop you. Glenn, I gotta stop you. This is
Donald Trump.
I gotta stop Glenn. All right, Glenn. W Val. George Comey, honey packs. What? Because I know.
You can't make this up. I guess you can make it up because that's
Wow.
exactly what he's doing. He's making it up as he's moving forward. I mean, sir, don't come after people that have read the Constitution. Don't come after people that actually understand the law. And don't come after people that know what treason means, sir.
Yeah. Wow. W Val. Thank you, Val. He started telling us about what he did this past weekend with his, oh my God, went to the liquor store, got him a honey pack. Oh, okay.
Honey pack.
Wow. All right, Val, thank you so much, brother. All right, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump has done a number on Blagga. Y'all take anything this man say seriously, and y'all get out here and y'all really run with this stuff, and y'all really repeat it out here proudly ignorant. Listen, ladies, I gotta say this, and I normally don't like to be the relationship guru. If you are dating a man and he's Blagga, and you know what I'm going to say to you? Run for the hills. Run. Because he doesn't love you. He loves Donald Trump more than he loves himself, and this is a sickness that's basically like a plague in the black community. I don't know how this has happened, but it's disgusting. It's pure evil, and it's something I just can't even support it anymore. You brothers and sisters out there that are supporting this guy right here, knowing what we just covered on this show with his Epstein curse, and he has the Epstein curse. Look at his swollen ankles and his blackened hand. He has the Epstein curse, and y'all still want to get on TikTok and defend this man. If I were any of y'all, I would get out there and I would run for the hills because these men are dangerous. All right. DJ, Yeah, you sent a request.
Yeah, I was trying to request that while Val was still up there. That's all.
What do you need to
But
talk to
I
Val
know you
about?
got to go.
Yeah.
But I mean, do you not agree with the fact? And Zeus, I'm going to tell you, if you've already spoken about this, just tell me and we'll move on. But do you not agree that Obama was giving a report by his intelligence that they concluded that Russia basically had not impaired the election? Did that happen?
My understanding is, yeah, there is a report, but my understanding is Russia never hacked the voting machines. They did provide some sort of support for the Trump administration, and I believe Don Jr. confirmed that at one of the meetings in Trump Tower. Do you remember that? I also believe that Paul Manafort, Michael Flynn, Rick Gates, and several others were convicted. Some of them for just simply lying to the FBI, others for more nefarious activities, falsifying, fraud. So wouldn't you agree, DJ, that if he says it's a Russia hoax, it's kind of interesting there were convictions tied to the hoax, right?
Yeah.
And that's crazy, right?
How many of those convictions, Zeus, were tied to collaborating with Russia to impact the U.S. election?
Well, it depends, right? If you plead guilty to lying to the FBI, what that means most likely is the charges that you could have been charged with, they didn't basically charge you with that because you took a plea deal, right? You know how plea deals work. But so it's not saying that it didn't happen, but Don Jr. was meeting with these people in Trump Tower. You can't say that didn't happen. We had the tweet. We had the actual email.
Did Obama have an additional meeting with his cabinet after he was given the initial findings?
I don't know, but I can say this: if he did it, and if he
research that.
well, okay, but DJ, no, I don't need to research it because guess what? Here's the thing: don't you think Obama has presidential immunity?
Oh, he absolutely has presidential.
And all you'd have to say was an official act. Wait,
one sentence, just let me finish.
Okay,
I'll watch what you did to the previous guy. And that was brutal. Y'all didn't give that guy a chance to talk at all. But anyway, my point is, he does have presidential immunity, Zeus, for official acts.
Bingo. Thank you, DJ. So we don't need to discuss the Obama thing anymore because Obama made sure he put it in writing when he wrote in that report. He says, "I want it done by the book," which means follow the letter of the law. So you would have a very, very difficult time saying this was an official act. The president is the commander in chief. He's supposed to protect America, correct? Threats foreign and domestic, correct?
So after the initial report from his intelligence people that said that Russia did not collude and affect the election, why would he call another meeting?
Maybe he doesn't. Okay. Here's the thing. I got to say this to you. Does Donald Trump trust his intelligence community? No. No. Y'all give him a pass on listening to his community or not listening to him. You saw what he did in Iran. You can't use that argument around me, DJ, all right? Bottom line, President Obama...
It's a fact. It's not an argument. It's a fact.
We agree he has...
people back together and let them know that he needed another...
He's still the president. He can choose to listen to him or not, DJ. End of discussion. Okay. He has presidential immunity. Thank you. Now, are you also okay with your dear leader and this Epstein file? Because this is what it is. Do you not think all of this Obama stuff is all a distraction, or do you need us to help explain?
I don't doubt what you're saying, but do
you think? Okay, so you agree this Obama stuff, him posting about having a successful 6 months, him making all these ridiculous claims about his tariffs and these trade deals. You understand this is all a distraction, correct?
I think it's entirely possible that it's a distraction.
What percentage of you believes it's a distraction?
50-50.
I'll take it. But DJ, you got to do better. You got to do better.
Can I finish a thought without you going to 8 other different directions, please?
You mean connecting the dots?
So the answer is no. You're not going to let me finish a thought.
Go for it, DJ.
Okay. Here's the point. The Trump administration, as of at the end of last week, they said that they're going to go to the judges. They're going to have everything that's been sealed, and they're going to attempt to have everything released.
No, that's not true.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so all right.
It's the grand jury testimony. That's all. Not everything. Come on, DJ. I'm trying to help you.
No, I'm trying to help you, Zeus. I'm trying to help you, man. I mean, you do know that judges have suppressed certain testimony from being allowed, correct? You would agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So regardless of whether Trump wanted to release that information or not, they have to get permission from those judges to release that information. Do we agree with that?
No. I
You're
believe
saying
that
there's not, what
Yeah.
you're saying is there's not sealed testimony that has been, that the judges have ordered not to be released. Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this: yeah, the judge does have access about the testimony side of this, but I'm also fully aware that the FBI, the Department of Justice, they have a lot more than just a grand jury testimony, right? And I've actually covered it earlier in the show, which includes bank records, witness testimonies. Actually, there's a spreadsheet out there where 1,000 DOJ officials went through all of the.
Made public?
It's 100,000 files, 300,000 pages, and Trump's name is all through it. There's a spreadsheet where they put.
Has it been made public?
No, DJ. But this is what the
How do you
DOJ.
know that Trump's name is all over it?
Because investigative journalists, they've done. Hey, I'm over here. If you work in the FBI or the DOJ, I would like you to contact me on the condition of anonymity and tell us what's going on right now. And so this is credible information about what went down in the DOJ. Because remember, Pam Bondi lied, or she didn't lie, said she had the files on her desk. And then she came out and then she said, there's no files. Remember?
I think what they said was that they released everything that they could release. I think that's what she said.
No, DJ. I'm not. Okay, see, this is where we get into you just trying to do what you do. She had the files, DJ. Yeah, she had the files, DJ, and now she's saying that she doesn't. Trump's name's clearly all over them, and this is what's going on right now. And you want to sit up here and try to pretend like what? You don't know what's happening? Doesn't make sense to me, DJ. I think you know what's going to come, and it's coming real fast. All right?
All right, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, DJ has left the building. That
was easy. Silence. You matter, Damon.
Lord have mercy. All right, go ahead, brother Swerve. Go ahead. Welcome, Swerve. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning, Zeus. Good morning,
Yes.
Kingdom. Good morning to all you beautiful, tiny people living in my telephone.
Hey, good morning.
I love how they sit here and they want to, just because Donald Trump said President Obama was guilty of treason, now they're running around all over the internet talking about he did this, he did that. Let me remind everybody of something. You know, I like jumping in that way back machine.
Yeah.
There's plenty of room in here. Let me remind them of something. When President Obama was made aware of what Russia was doing in December of 2016, he ejected the Russian diplomats and their families for this country and put sanctions on them.
I remember that. Yeah.
And what happened around February or March of 2017? Oh, right. Donald Trump lifted those sanctions and allowed them back into the country. That's not weird at all. But
that would be treason.
That to me is actually treason.
That might sound like treason to me.
And we sit here and we see that, you know, Trump tariffed hundreds of over 200 countries in the world when it's only 200 countries, and he put tariffs on everybody except he put tariffs on 199 countries, and Russia wasn't one of them.
Yeah,
that's weird.
Yeah, that is weird, huh? He hasn't put any tariffs on Russia yet, huh?
Yeah, that's just strange. And in between him being elected and where we are right now, you know, well, he just got elected. You got to give him time. Oh, okay, all right, we'll give him time. And so he gets inaugurated. Well, why haven't these conflicts ended? Well, he just got in there yesterday. You got to give him time. Okay, 30 days later, why haven't these conflicts ended? Well, he's only been there 30 days. You got to give him time.
Yeah.
All right, here we are 180 some days later. Why haven't these conflicts ended? Well, he's only been there almost half a year. You got to give him some time. Well, y'all believe when he said, oh, you watch, you wait and see. I'm going to end all of this in one day.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? They believe, this is a prime example of how they believe any and everything that he says. And they will sit there, sprinkle some salt on the crap, and just eat it right up.
Wow.
It's amazing to me.
Yeah.
And This is literally a prime example.
Yeah. Do you think that they will, once it all is basically, because it's pretty much already laid out in their faces that he has very close ties to Jeffrey. Do you think they'll turn from their wickedness once
DJ won't?
Oh,
I promise you, DJ won't. DJ's gonna sit there. You know, if you gave DJ clear cut evidence that he is guilty of something, I guarantee you, DJ will sit there and he will do what DJ does, and he will say, "Well, what kind of paper did they write that order on? Who wrote up those articles of impeachment? Who did this? Who did that?
Yeah.
Why did they use this kind of ink? Sounds like auto pen conjecture to me." And he's gonna sit there and continuously defend it.
Can we do a quick poll real quick? Because while you're there, if you believe MAGA is the party that supports P3DOs, could you put a 1 in the chat? I just want to see how many people believe that. Sorry, swear.
No, you're fine, my friend. Let me go ahead and put my 1 in there because I want to get on that action. There we go.
Okay, because we're a democracy here, and I just want to see how many people. We got almost, 1.7 thousand folks in here. If you believe MAGA is the party of P3DOs, please place a 1 in the chat. I want to make sure. Look at this.
Wow, Glenn put a lot of 1s down there. My goodness, that was like all of the characters you can use to type something.
Wow. Look at this, over 200. Wow.
When we talk about the connection between Trump and Senior Hef, I started watching this documentary, Zeus, and it disgusted me so much. It's called Filthy Rich. It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
And they clearly outline in detail the relationship between T-Rump, Mango Mussolini, and Jeff. And they want to sit here and say, well, he said he had a relationship with him to this point. And again, he claims that. We don't know for sure, you know.
Yeah.
But then on the back end of that, we have always said, and we will continue to say, Zeus, I wouldn't care if my own father's name was in that list of files. If he's guilty of something nefarious, he's got to go. I love you, Pop, but don't call me this weekend from prison saying what you doing, because I'm gonna just be like, why you want to know? You can't come.
Yeah.
You know, so just let me do me. You've already done you. I'm not gonna end up in there with you just for simply talking to you. No. Ain't happening.
Yeah.
And so yeah, he's all over that stuff. And DJ, he ordered the DOJ to go back to the judges and get everything released. No. He asked them to release the grand jury testimony.
That part.
That was it. He didn't ask them to release and go through everything. What is wrong with you, DJ?
Y'all got to come out of this cult, or you're going to go down in flames with it. And I have DJ. If you could just go independently, like that one guest, ex MAGA dog. I call him ex MAGA dog. Do your own research. Let us verify what you've researched. You're gonna read documents that Jeffrey E. was a part of, court cases, articles, and you're gonna go. Donald Trump not knowing anything about this is unbelievable.
Yeah, he's completely oblivious to it. But Zeus, one more thing, and then I'm gonna get out of here. I don't know if my co-host is here, Miss Twilight Goddess, but she made something very special for Mr. DJ.
Oh, she did.
Yes, she did. And I don't know if she's here. If you are a Twilight, she made this for Mr. DJ. Okay, just so we can all hear.
I found her.
Oh, there she is.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey, I just wanted to say, conservative Christine, is that her name? I think conservative Democrat is available.
Oh.
He seems to be pretty lonely.
Go ahead, Christina. Get yours, all right? Get yours, boo. Get it yours, boo. Because he needs somebody.
No, I'll let Twilight take it from here. I'm gonna go ahead and drop down. Y'all know that's my beautiful co-hostess.
Oh, hang on a second here.
For you, DJ.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and drop down. As always, my friend, thank you for having me up.
You're welcome. Thank you. W Brother Swerve.
Good day, you beautiful training people living in my telephone. Everybody be well, be safe, and doggone it, have fun while you do it. I'll see you later on, Twilight.
All right, here we go. Conservative
DJ, are you here, DJ? I want to make sure he's here and he captures this moment because, these are rare moments.
Is he?
I don't see him.
I don't know.
Let me see. I don't see him. I don't think DJ is here. DJ has left the building.
Oh, do you want me to play it or what?
Go ahead, play it. We can do it. We can get it out of the way. Yeah, alter ego. You do make it awkward, but that's okay. You're like that.
Another day, another digital mist. Here comes DJ clenching his fist. Drops a question, fake as a grin, fishing for chaos, never to win. Feigns confusion, plays the part while gaslight games pull truth apart. Oh, DJ, king of the spin. Listen to truth like it's a sin. We bring the facts, you dodge and defense, but facts don't fold, it's common sense. Truth hits hard, but he's still unbowed. Riding that cold wave, head in the cloud. What if, and what about he starts to cry? Deflect, distracted, nor deny. Shrugs off harm with a smirk and a scoff, while logic and reason just fall right off. No real questions, just a play, wasting our breath every damn day. Oh, DJ, king of the spin. Listen to truth like it's a sin. We bring the facts, you dodge and defense, but facts don't fold, it's common sense. Truth hits hard, but he's still unbowed. Riding that cold wave, head in the cloud. What if, and what about he starts to cry? Deflect, distract, deny. Shrugs off harm with a smirk and a scoff, while logic and reason just fall right off. No real questions, just a play, wasting our breath every damn day. Oh, DJ, king of the spin. Listen to truth like it's a sin. You bring the facts, you dodge and defense, but facts don't fold, it's common sense. Truth hits hard, but he's still unbowed. Riding that cold wave, head in the cloud.
Oh my God, it's lady W Twilight. Thank you.
And I had posted that, and I found a picture. Like, I don't know why, but to me, DJ sounds a lot like Dr. Phil. That's why I made it as slow as it was.
Got it. Well, both of them need help, to be honest. But yeah, and DJ might be just as slow. W Twilight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, look at that. Look at that. Look at the time, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my goodness. We have reached that moment where Zeus has to get up out of here, ladies and gentlemen. What an incredible show. You all deserve a huge round of applause. I got to get out of here. Wow, y'all got me working overtime, all right? But, we're doing the real work it takes to save this great country of ours from the legion of MAGA demons who are honestly hell-bent on destroying this great country, all right? But before I do get up out of here, I want to give a special thank you to all the subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists. Without you, this show wouldn't be as incredible as it is, all right? But I also want to give one last round of boos and shame. And you know who these boos and shame goes out to? This goes out to all the Zeus haters out there. And these are not just my haters. These are also your haters. They sit at home and they live with their mama in a basement somewhere, and they can't pay the full bills, barely can afford to take care of themselves, and so they probably are really in a bad place. And they sit around, they hate on immigrants, and they even hate on Obama. They hate everybody on the top, on the bottom, and the bottom, instead of taking accountability for themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we gotta do. Let's send them where they came from, straight to hell. Yeah, you too, Maverick.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Oh yeah, one last thing. Make sure you do this, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we got to, because you never know, right? Make sure you're following me on my other accounts. All right, if you go over to X, Can you see it right there? Oops, I can do it this way. Let's do it like this. Hold on. You would think they would figure this out, but if you go to X, ladies and gentlemen, you need to go do follow Big Zeus over there on X, because this is where the battlefield is. You see that @3 crossing? You can go there. All right, follow me there, and then YouTube, Zeus Triple H. Make sure you're screenshotting this and you go and follow, because this is where the battle is currently going to happen, especially if anything happens to this app. All right. And then on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here. All right. And so should we play some 1600 Pennsylvania Ave? Or do we just go straight to drill, baby, drill? Let's double check, because 1600 Pennsylvania Ave is coming. I'll let the audience decide. Which one? Normal or the 1600? All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I'll give you a little sample. All right. Because they say, Zeus, you keep saying it, and they say, Zeus, when are you gonna stop doing shows about politics and get back to the music? And I say, you must not know who Big Zeus really is.
Time to get dressed up. We have a country to save. Time to suit up.
Here we go.
And head towards 1600.
Times are changing. Can you feel it? It's amazing. I'm on Pennsylvania Ave with my agents, no safety. That's how we was raised, we was told. Clear the house and seize everything they own. Tuxedos and gold. The time is now. They'll be waiting. Tuxedos and gold. And you can bet your ass they'll see us coming in tuxedos and gold.
Used to hustle in the street, dodging blue lights. Now I'm in a 3-piece campaign through the night. Got the Rolex, ticking dice on my cufflinks. Talking policy, I need to get some new ink. AOC in the house, and she flipped the script. Bernie Sanders with a glow, will he ever quit? Kamala Harris breaking glass, power in her walk. I'm taking notes from the great, now I'm ready to talk. Strapped to the chamber, I'm writing the code. Just to dodge the feds, now I'm drafting votes. Cardi on the mic with the bloody shoes. Meg the Stallion, she got the you. Kanye with the rant, he wants to overglow. But I'm moving like Obama with the flow. Michelle with the grace, I'm just setting the tone. Leaving the trap, and I'm building my own. Strap out the bando, now I'm shaking hands with Senator Mo, dropping up plans. Jay-Z in the boardroom, talking reform. Diddy with the baby oil, yeah, breaking all the norms. Got the chain froze, but my mind on the bill. From the block to the hill, yeah, I keep it real. Leaning on, still in vote with the Starlink. Grassroots fam, I'm connecting all the dots from the trap. Like now we in tuxedos, diamond dripping, moving like De Niro. Got the suit pressed, now the nation's gonna hear Cory Booker in the Senate. Ain't no time to eat when we bringing all this heat. I'm channeling the fire, bringing hope through the streets. Used to duck the sirens, now I'm drafting up the plan. With this rolling on my wrist, I'm the voice of the land. Move out the way, Lil Wayne, I'm the fireman. Wow.
Easy.
What did he say? Oh, is this what you were talking about when you said Big Zeus?
All right, we'll go back to drill, baby, drill, and we're out of here.
Because she's gonna ban fracking, right? 100%.
Drill, baby, drill, and then we're out of here.
Yeah, she was against fracking, against all this stuff, and then all of a sudden, about a year and a half ago, when she was getting killed in the polls, she said, "I like fracking very much." Look, they always go back to what they want. They always go back. She can't help it. She's a radical left Marxist. She can't help it. But we're going to end that, and we will frack, and drill, baby, drill.
Hey, Glenn, I'll take care of that for you.
Drill, baby, drill. We're going to be drilling so deep. We're going to be, for these guys, we're going to drill. We're going to take out so much money. We're going to pay down our debt. We're going to lower your taxes to insane asylums.
Yeah.
They go crazy when I say
there goes
the late, great Hannibal Lecter. Drill, baby, drill. We're going to frack, drill. There's a lesson in your energy. She's gonna pay. She's gonna bang it.
Right.
She was against fracking, against all the stuff, and then all the stuff, and then all the stuff, and then all the stuff.
Wish she was getting killed in the past. She said, "I like fracking very much." Look, they always go
back to what they want.
They always go back. She can't help it. She's a radical.
She can't help it. We're gonna end that.
And we will
frack, and drill, baby, drill. We're gonna drill, baby, drill. We're gonna be drilling so deep. We're gonna be fair.
Thank you.
Guys, we're gonna drill. We're gonna take out
so much money. We're gonna pay
down our debt. We're gonna let the taxes.
W, hit it. You know they go crazy when I say, hit it. Hey, W Zena, W Sunday. RC. Hey, here it goes.
Insane asylums. You know, they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal Lecter.
Uh-oh.
They say,
why would he mention Hannibal Lecter? Why would he do that?
We're going to lower your taxes.
This part.
Deep insane asylums. You know, they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal.
Let's go! Deep insane asylums, you know they go crazy. W, Zena, let's go! Hey! Drill, baby, drill like it's Hannibal Lecter time. We're gonna lower your taxes. Deep insane asylums. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, honestly, I got to get up out of here. Boy, oh boy, did we rock and roll this morning. But conservative Democrat and Glenn, listen up, DJ YouTube. You all are in a world of hurt like you wouldn't believe it, all right? And don't worry about what I'm doing because obviously I'm up and you're not. All right. I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Take